Want to participate in a Don and Mike Show contest? How about this? You or a member of your household can only win once for 60 days. You must comply with any age limitations for each contest. For complete contest rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the mighty WJFK, P.O. Box 3649, Washington, D.C. 20007. Thank you, and God bless.
Everybody loves Don and Mike.
Yeah.
New Year.
Yeah.
Pagliaccio.
Aight.
Shark Tale.
Granny. Let me just say something right now. Hello. This is Scott Shannon.
And I'm Milburn Drysdale, president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills and personal banker to Granny.
I, of course, am a legendary disc jockey with my chiseled features.
Squareface.
From my dead guy from my many plastic surgeries.
That's right, Mask.
We have, that's right, Dirt. We have no groaners today.
No groaners? That's impossible.
We have something special for you, the listeners.
What do you have that's so special for us, Mr.
If
Shannon?
you could get serious for a moment, Mr. Drysdale.
Well, I just love to get serious.
There are.
I'm just working on my umbilical cord.
Say, your microphone appears to be held together with what looks like an old-fashioned clothespin.
Yes. Wendell, we miss you. Yes, sirree. Yes. Just quietly trying to make a little equipment adjustment so I can look you in the eye, Mrs. Shannon.
Please make your adjustment, because what I have to say, hello, this is Michael Scott Shannon.
And I'm Milburn Drysdale.
Let me think of great days in radio. Buddy Holly.
Yes.
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
The Beach Boys.
Wonderful.
The Rolling Stones.
Stones.
And now, on this pre-show, we have for you a brand new Pick to Click.
Wonderful.
From an artist you know and love.
Well, how exciting is this? I love music.
It's a special dedication from me, Michael Scott Shannon, to all of the listeners who embrace the pre-show.
Very good.
Here she is. You know her as Granny. Hit it, Granny.
Yeah. Granny.
I'm Scott Shannon.
Out with the fiddle, out with the bow.
That's my girl.
I paid my $1. Bring on the show.
Yes, hello.
All of the dancers are raring to go.
Hello.
Bring out the banjo. Bring on the show. Bring on the show.
Yeah.
Bring on the show.
Bring on the show.
I told you it was something special. A brand new song by Granny.
Bring on the show, Granny.
Because I hear it's become funny with kids who listen to the Don and Mike show to say Granny.
Granny.
I'll try now. Granny.
Well, I think you've got it. It's perfect, but you punch it a little bit more and simply say Granny. Granny.
And now, another special treat.
Wow. 2-in-1 pre-show.
Another Granny hit from the Scott Shannon Vault. What the frig is that?
That sounds like the beginning of the opening.
Oh, no, that's the end of the opening.
The end of the beginning of the opening.
That's right. Granny. Hello. I'm Scott Shannon.
And I'm Mill Drysdale, and here's Granny.
Now Granny wears a mini-skirt and says that it's in style.
4 years in a country format.
Hello.
When I bought my mini-skirt, it was
Mini-skirt, yeah.
Big red roses in the front and a zipper in the back.
Baby.
Grandpa really blowed his stack, said it was an awful
I
shame.
told you it was special.
Had to have that dress to
No
show her
groaners.
skinny frame. Now Granny wears a mini.
This is like breaking into the vaults at Apple Records
Very
and
exciting.
finding tracks from John and Paul. Hello. This is Scott Shannon.
And I'm Mill Drysdale, personal friend of Granny. That's wonderful.
Okay, so we have some new Granny songs.
What happened to you, Mr. Shannon? I thought you were still in character.
No, we really don't have any groaners today.
Then is it time?
I'd love to play that.
You could.
I got something else to play?
Yeah, we got something to...
You should go with number 5 first.
You think so?
Well, if you're going to do a three-piece.
You know, we got this thing that John Kerry's Herman Munster.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know that, right?
Right.
Oh, hi there.
There he is.
That's Fred Gwynn.
We also have John Kerry singing. I'm sure you've heard about his album he put out when he was a kid in college.
Folks like sweets and honey, and weather bright and sunny. Well, it takes all kinds of people to make a world. It's kooky and it's zany.
Now, you might be saying...
I like it when it's rainy.
Well, this is nothing. This is just Fred Gwynn, the actor, singing.
Right.
No, I'm telling you, he's singing as Herman Munster.
Is he singing as Herman?
Yes, and I guess I'm going to have to prove it to you.
I guess so.
Right here, here's the intro to the record that we'll be playing a lot of. Oh, hold on, that's Granny. Hold on. Herman Munster monologue. Got it?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Oh, hi there. How do you do? I'm your new neighbor, so very nice of you to call. Down, Spot, down. Spot. Down, boy.
This was from a record released in 1962.
I get so excited when we have company.
Yeah.
Won't you come in?
He was so perfect for this role.
Fine.
John Kerry.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Well, Mr. Senator.
I mean, haven't you ever seen a person with green skin before?
But you're John
Or
Kerry.
did I bolt my head on crooked this morning?
No, you didn't, sir.
Oh, I bet you're always nervous when you meet new people.
Well, you're
Well,
right.
that's very understandable.
You're
But
right.
you know, shyness can be carried too far. Now, you take our mailman. When I think of how shy he is, I positively shudder.
Do you, Mr. Kerry?
Instead of coming to our front door with the mail, he just throws it over the fence and runs. So untidy.
How's Teresa feel?
But I guess I shouldn't complain. You know, it takes all kinds of people to make a world.
and then he leads into the song. Oh, that's
The
nice.
song.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
It is.
Isn't that wonderful?
So at this point, you know...
Were you two playing in the music room again?
Yeah, what can I say? But on with the show.
Yes.
I don't have a way to get out of this, so let's just get
With the fiddle, out with the bow.
Hey, now.
I pay $1, ring on the
Is this only 30 seconds? I'll let it roll.
All right. All right, I'll say hey now again.
Hello.
It'll technically be 3 times.
All right, you owe us 2. Or we owe you 2 hey nows.
Bring on the show. Yeah.
Hello.
To the rhythm, swing to and fro.
It's
Bring on
Granny.
the show. Bring on the show.
Hello.
We'll sing along, bring on the show.
Hey now.
Let's get it started
Yeah.
in here.
All right, let's do that. I think we've done that already.
Everybody. Hello.
Hi, Julie.
Come on. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello. Hello.
Hi there.
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe.
Well, you already know we're here. Hold on a second. There it is. There you go. Like we haven't already been here.
Based on a true story, he was a neo-Nazi with one true enemy. Himself, a man of faith, a man of hate, and a soul torn apart. Viewer discretion advised.
Something I've wanted to ask you all weekend. How have you been? Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Browns and all the ships at sea. You loved them in Shark Tale. Don Geronimo, Mike O'Mara.
All right. Yeah. Hello. Let's do it. Let's get it started. Hi.
Everybody loves Don and Mike.
Hello.
Hi there.
I heard it.
Hello.
Down at my show, new episode on this Monday. 100404.
Hi, Don and Mike. Buzz Burbank here.
That's why you heard that thing before.
See, and he's the news guy. He comes in, and then it's like his words,
No.
and then we start.
Show's on the air. It's Monday, October 4, 2004. Call us from anywhere in America, 877-365-3636. From Canada, from Mexico, call 800-636-1067. What, did your watch lose a day?
So did
It
mine.
did indeed.
And pleased to be calling Washington, D.C., WJFK. You can call at 202-432-1067. Some affiliate notes. Let's start with at least a move in the right direction. You know,
I wanted to say, I don't know what day it is until I walk into this studio.
Sometimes, yeah.
So, I mean, when you said that, you went, it's, October 4, and I went, whoa.
I'm aware of
I'm
that.
24 hours behind.
I'm
And
aware.
I sprung to action and fixed my watch.
Austin, Texas, where we had been on a ridiculous one-day time delay.
Right. Yes.
At least now they've acquiesced a little bit to our wishes. We're now on at night.
Okay, so
Same day.
Same day, well, that's fine.
Same day at night. We'd like to be on earlier. Call your station there and tell them you'd like the show earlier, but at least you're now getting it on the same day.
Any particular time at night that they happen to share that with you? What time of night? Midnight?
No. Earlier.
11?
Earlier.
10.
That's a magical time, Mike.
10 p.m.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
10 p.m. And here's the problem, is that you have Tom Likas, Elton John's brother.
That is a problem.
Look at a picture of the guy. He's the guy that's on at 7 on this station
Pshaw.
in Austin. And this is where the infighting in the politics of Westwood won. We're not involved in this anymore. So if you're listening to us in Austin, Texas, we'd love to be on earlier. Call the program director, but at least they got us on the same day, so you're not hearing...
Same-day service is very important to this show.
Because in previous Mondays, I guess you would have been hearing Friday's show.
We're like a really good dry cleaner.
So there you go. That's the only bit of news that I had. The weekend, I want to tell you, I have a headline, a real headline, that I'm in love. And I mean it, I'm in love. I am a sap for all kinds of different toothpastes. However, I have found the all-time drop-dead best toothpaste ever. And I wrote it down. I love it so. Crest Cinnamon Rush. Now,
You, my friend, are late to the party.
Cinnamon.
hey, listen, you got to say it on the show. How do I
To be
know this,
first.
Mike? How do I know?
fair.
How do I know?
Is that the rule?
How do I
Is
know?
that the rule?
How do I know? Now, listen, do you want my history with this? Do you want me to tell you that I've also tried the orange and didn't care for it? That I've tried the spring mint and didn't care for it? That I've tried not only all of the Crest toothpastes, but the ones made by...
So you're telling me that unless I say it on the show, I cannot tell you that you're late to the party.
Well,
Although you would tell me that even if you hadn't said it on the air.
But if you've not called it, I mean, you didn't claim it, right? You didn't put dibs on it at any point.
No.
I'm putting dibs on it.
Actually, if I have to be honest, it's my girlfriend who turned me on to it.
I'm an aficionado of toothpaste.
It rocks.
And
I'm just with you. I'm with you 100%. I've been using it for about a month.
What a shame. What a shame that you're saying something that may or may not be true.
I guess it really wouldn't be official unless I'd said something on the air prior to this.
Well, yeah.
You called it.
Like, call it. You called it. Listen, you got to call it.
You're right.
Your products that you want, you got to call them.
All right, that is the rule from this point forward.
It's always been the rule.
That will always be the
It's
rule.
always been the rule.
Right.
I got another product, as long as we're at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was in the grocery store.
What do you like?
I hope you don't like this, Mike.
Okay, well, I mean, it's something, you know.
The new Windex.
Now, why do you hope I don't like it?
Because I'm claiming it right now. The new Windex wipes that say on them not to be confused with baby wipes, and they come 25 to a package, and they're pre-moistened.
A good
That's
idea.
good.
What do you use them for?
Everything.
Oh, they clean everything.
Hygiene. Personal hygiene, mainly.
Windex, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that painful, though, if you...
And they gotta build up a tolerance to it.
The ammonia and the alcohol.
After a while.
Well, don't let me rain on your parade. Tell me what you love about that toothpaste.
What, Robbie?
I was just going to say Tabasco Chipotle. I call it.
What's that?
That's a great new Tabasco product. I want it.
Oh, I know. Now, you have been trying to get us to try
You'll
this
love
product.
it. You will love it.
Tabasco Chipotle.
It's
All right.
great.
So he called it.
It's mine.
All right.
Okay, it's yours.
And, of course, I have my
Boy,
cereal.
you're going to be sorry.
Your homemade cereal,
Yes.
Buzz.
Oh, Diaz?
It's cinnamony also.
Oh, yeah, it's cereal that he invented.
Yeah.
It must be, spring and fall are similar in that the creative juices get flowing, don't
I guess
they, a little bit?
Yeah.
That's it.
But this moment is an epiphany for me when I'm in the grocery store and I see I've tried all of the other different flavors and styles, and with the squirrely, they got the colors going 3 and 5 different ways. And listen, I'm telling you, look at this thing and I go, it's one color. It's red. It's red, and I get it home and it's like taking a cinnamon Altoid in your mouth.
Right.
And
why didn't somebody think of it first? I mean, cinnamon. You would think that it would have been out years ago.
Natural.
I don't know, and my teeth have never been yellower. Just to be honest with you, I brushed my teeth about 20 times this weekend, because it's supposed to have whitening stuff. And besides, I love the taste
of it. I feel so out of the party. You guys have all mentioned something. Buzz has even invented his own cereal. And I don't have any particular product right now that I'm so excited about that I'm going to come in and start yapping about it.
Doesn't have to be a product. It could be an establishment.
Shut up, you. And listen, it's just, I was just throwing it out there.
Sales record last week.
Just there you go.
Thanks. Look Around Cafe.
Didn't Close
like to thank everybody for that.
Didn't Close-Up toothpaste back in the day? Wasn't
I was
that
going to win
cinnamon?
it. The Close-Up wasn't cinnamon, was it?
They had a cinnamon gel, I thought.
No, it was not like this.
It was red, but I don't think it was cinnamon.
All my toothpaste turns red.
And maybe there was another cinnamon before this, but I'm telling you, this one is devoted to cinnamon.
This is the good one.
And boy, is that good. From there, the weekend.
It's good on toast too.
So when did you first put paste to brush to discover this fabulous product?
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. Pretty exciting, huh?
Loved it. And
it's got little sparklies in it too.
Don't have to tell me about it. Don't have to tell me. I already claimed it. I already got this one. It's already mine. It's my product. I love it. Oh, it's so good.
So that's the rule.
It's so good. Yeah, like that hasn't been the rule.
Right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be on my toes, boy.
Okay. We'll be waiting for you.
Product watch.
Just hold up a sign whenever you're ready.
I'm not going to do explanations either. I'm just going to canvas.
Just throw them out.
Anything I like, I'm just coming in. I'll just walk in here and go.
Dinty more beef stew. How you doing?
I'll just come
308.
Hey, how you doing? All right. Yeah, just one thing, real brief. Cinnamon bagels.
Well, it's got to be a relatively new product.
Oh, now we're modifying the rules already, even though I was giving a completely hypothetical situation.
All right, we don't have to. We'll operate under the same global rules we've always operated.
I would feel great joy if I was to come in here and mention a product, and no, I wouldn't. I'd be exactly like you are.
Right.
Saying I'm lying. I'm lying to our listeners, and I want to apologize. I'm not a politician, and I'm not going to lie to you. I would feel exactly the same way Don feels right now when I mentioned that I've been using the product.
If it was so great. You got a microphone for 4 hours a day. Say something. If it's so great.
But it's not.
If it meant that
I don't want to go down that route.
If it meant that much to you.
It seems to wear off quickly.
And it does mean that much to me, at least right now.
You're excited.
Boy, do I like that. The thing with the weekend was this, that my family is nuts, very seriously.
Oh, dear.
And I spent simply too much time with them as a family unit all weekend. Started with my kid, who came back from college. Now, I know that I've railed against him coming back home from college, but he saved the money up. He found a very cheap flight. He had no classes on Friday. The thought was he was going to fly in on Friday, see his girlfriend, go to some party on Saturday, get up on Sunday morning and fly back and not miss any time, and his grades are good, so we said that's cool.
Yeah.
Gets back Friday night, goes out on a date with this girl, comes home Friday night and says, well, that's it, we broke up. And I said, so what does this mean about your weekend? He said, I don't know. I guess that just means I'm going to hang out with you and Mom. Now,
Wonderful.
This is normally fine and a good thing.
Did he kind of have that? Was that his goal to come back and do that?
To be with us?
No, come back
No,
to break up. And to come back and break up.
No. So, we had like the drama thing going on in the house, and I was talking about this with Frida the other day, yesterday, I guess, that we perpetuated as well, because, we say to him, well, you must be disappointed. You must be sad. And he got the teenage angst, and they shouldn't say that because he's almost 20 now. And what the hell are we doing asking him about this crap anyway? He says, I just don't want to talk about it. That's the way I handle things. I don't want to talk about it. I said, well, listen, so how are you feeling? Is your weekend ruined? Do you feel like you wasted? He said, I don't want to talk about it. So that was going on. And then we had people over, and that's always nice, but there was just too many people always. And then I had to get up early on Sunday. We had to take Bart to the airport very early on Sunday morning, and you know, we're still worried about him, and why we're worried, I don't know. It's a dumb girl thing, but we're worried about him. And
what parents do.
And, you know, but he gets back. Here's the end to a very long story on this.
He's about one semester away from having a real good time.
Mike recognizes the symptoms.
Second semester, sophomore year. It's when I arrive.
Well, as it turns out, we had gone through all of this mini drama in our house about this, about what he was going to do, what he was going to do for the evening, if he was going to go back early. We're lamenting the fact he saved the money to come back, and it really sucks that, you know, he's done things the right way and blah, 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 and I don't want to talk about this. Last night about 6 o'clock, keep in mind his plane arrived back in South Carolina yesterday morning at 10. Mm-hmm. Last night about 6, he calls up and he goes, Hey, Pops, what's happening? I said, not much. We've talked a couple of times already during the day about the games. Right. And he said, I just want to let you know that I'm back together with that girl.
And the one back home?
The one back here. I said, how did you do that? He said, we worked it out over the telephone. I said, so you saved the money, you flew all the way back, you went out with her for a couple hours on Friday, broke up with her, then all of this, and then you're back there, now it's okay? He said, yeah. I said, okay, are you cool? He said, yeah, I'm cool. And I hung up the phone, and it was at that point, now, before that call, my wife should get, let me just say this, she should get an award. I don't want to sound ungrateful. She should get an award this weekend for being the bestest wife. Mm-hmm. However, I found it smothering. I found it totally 100% smothering. It was absolutely strangling me.
So she was the perfect wife.
Yeah.
There was a TV show on this weekend.
She did.
Yes,
yeah, I know.
Did you watch Desperate Housewives?
Yes, I did.
Well, that was part of when I finally melted down last night. when I thought that I would finally be able to be alone, because I'm going to tell you what she violated. But she's a great wife. She violated the inner sanctum of an NFL Sunday. Mm-hmm. And this is bad, this is bad, this is a bad precedent to set. What happens is, we've had all of this togetherness on Friday night, and on Saturday we've had all day together. We've had dinner with my brother and sister-in-law, and we've gotten up early, and we've taken them together. I mean, every second we've been together, and it's been great. We've had no fights, we've gotten along, we've laughed. 1 o'clock comes. Yesterday afternoon. I'm ready.
Your time.
I'm in front of the screen. I've got the Opus X cigar going. I've got the nice beverage there. It's not starting the alcohol till the second half of the 1 o'clock games, because that's the kind of discipline that I have.
You are a disciplined man.
Meaning that I can always find at least one game that's ending by 1:30.
There you go.
So technically, you know, it's like that dumb song. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Right.
So she comes in and says, I think things have been going so great. We're getting along so well together. I want to watch the game. I really want to watch the game, and I want to watch it with you, and I want you to try to explain it to me so I can really start to like it, and maybe we can watch these games together. So I said, I mean, what am I going to say?
Right. So obviously you weren't drinking, but she had been.
No. What am I going to say? I said, sure, pull up a chair. Thinking she would pull up a chair. Instead, she got into the chair with me. Now, normally this is how when we watch TV together, it's like an overstuffed love chair.
A big club chair.
Yeah. There's never been any love in that chair, though. I guarantee that.
Overstuffed love chair.
And it's big enough if we're going to watch like CSI or, one of her shows, that for an hour, it's nice. For 3+ hours, it's kind of cramped. And, bless her heart, she loves me. I mean, who can blame her? I'm wonderful. But
I say that every day.
She wants to put her head on my shoulder while we're watching the game.
That's nice.
And there's lots of cuddling.
I'm already moving my shoulders.
There's lots of cuddling and touching, and she's being nice, and she's asking me questions that really, I mean, my wife is a very educated, very bright woman in many ways, smarter than anybody I know. She is asking me...
Are they patronizing questions?
No, they're real retarded questions. I mean, questions that an actual walking and talking mongoloid would ask you.
Well, that's what I mean. Do you think she was just asking questions to make you feel smart?
No. She said to me, what does three wide outs mean? So I said... That means there's 3 receivers right there on the bottom of the screen.
Now, that's not a dumb question.
Well, as the game evolved, the questions got more incredibly inane and retarded along the lines of, on a punt return, why don't they just not catch it every time? I said, because sometimes they want to catch it and run down the field. Well, what's a fair catch? I said, that's where you put your hand up in there and you catch it. Well, why don't they just let it go if the other team could down it? What if the other team downed it and then they fumbled it? I said, well then I guess the team that punted would have the ball back. But why don't they just go for it on fourth down? I mean, she's asking me what she thinks are logical questions.
Right.
And the whole time she's hugging me.
So the 3 wideouts was actually the best question.
Yeah, and she's hugging me, and I'm really trying hard to keep it together.
Yes.
And then she really pisses me off when she says, I wish you'd stop changing the station. If I'm going to watch football with you, I'm going to watch one game. I said, baby, I can't watch one game. I said, if you time it right, I'm going to go from game to game to game to game. We're going to pick 4 or 5 games, and we're going to get a nice rhythm going, and we're going to be able to, watch the plays in every game. She said, I can't keep up and follow. So what I'm having to do every time I change the channel, which is virtually every play if the games are in sync, I say, all right, now we're watching Philadelphia, Chicago.
Right.
Chicago has the ball. Look, they're in a running formation. Then that play goes, and I switch to the Green Bay game, and she says, no, wait, what game are we watching now?
Right.
And it's at that point that one of the things that annoys me about football on Fox, and I love how they junk it up, but I really don't like that new big idiot arrow that comes up that says, 3rd and 8. I mean, it takes up the whole bottom of the screen, but I realize now why they have it, for people like my wife, because she says, you know what I do like about these games? I love that giant arrow. And I said, why do you like the giant arrow? She said, because it tells me how much they have to go and which direction they're going in. I said, you're sitting here watching the game. You know, they're going this way. You need an arrow to tell you that they're going, either left or right.
Right.
And the more that she tried to really understand it, the more that the woman, bless her heart, was just pissing me off. She doesn't know why she says, why are we watching the Patriots game? I said, because of Tom Brady. What about Tom Brady? Because he's on my fantasy team. And then she says, why are we watching the Packers game? Because it's the Packers. Why can't we pick one game? Then she says, have you thought about the fact that maybe you should be watching the Buffalo game more because you're on in Buffalo? I mean,
you weren't watching the Packers game?
I went, Mike, I'm going between all of them. I'm just saying it was too much. The questions were too many. The only thing that she did say that I wanted to share with you of consequence was, and I agree with her, Coach Joe Gibbs of the Redskins looks a lot like David Caruso.
Wow.
That's the only thing. And
kind of like he can get damaged by the bright light.
And here, because he kept the sunglasses on during the press conference. Here's the other thing. These are the types of questions that I would get. We'd settle into a rhythm watching a game, and she'd say, well, now look, why does that team have the American flag on their helmets? I say, 9/11. She said, is it only that team? I said, no, all the teams do. She said, no, they don't. I said, yes, they do. They all have the little USA on the back. Why? She said, to show support. She said, they do not. So now I have to go back to another game.
Find another helmet with the...
Right, and you got to wait for the shot of the helmet. And one time she says, that wasn't a flag. And I said, now we're talking about the thing on the guy's helmet.
Right.
Said,
was she able to prove her point?
No, because we went from game to game.
They all have them.
Yeah, and she finally figured out. At first she thought it was just the Patriots that had it, because they're the Patriots.
Patriots, American flag.
Meanwhile, I'm wasting valuable time, and she doesn't understand. This time on Sunday, this is my release. This is the grand, and you know what I'm talking about. It's not a release like that.
No. Right.
It's pretty goddamn close.
I know.
And I'm telling you, on Sunday, I like being barricaded in there. I like my cigars. I like my beverages. I don't mind if my woman comes in to say hello, but baby, do not sit down and start asking me dumbass questions about which way the ball is going.
Well, did you handle it? Did you handle it with tact, or did you blow up?
To hear, and I can only say this now because I know I'm not in any danger. She is not listening now.
You are out of range.
She is at work now, at her job. For the record, she was great. For the record, she did absolutely nothing that any married guy would have a right to complain about. She was nice. She was pleasant. She got snacks. She wanted to be interested in what I was interested in.
Yes.
What she didn't know was that, listen, what do they say in Arthur? Bathing is a lonely business.
Right.
Watching football is a lonely business.
Yeah, you could probably do without chatter, I would imagine.
Yeah,
If you're into a sporting event like I watch baseball, I'm not into talking. I'm into
too much,
like undivided attention.
Too much explaining with the why is this and why is that and why is.
So didn't you know that up front?
No, I thought.
Why didn't you? You're experienced enough to know that.
She's only been going to games with me for 7 years. I mean, it's been 7 years. We've been season ticket holders. She goes to the game. She sits there. She can certainly tell the difference between which way the teams are going.
Sure, I would imagine so.
So then she said, after the Redskins game was over, she said, "What game are we watching next?" And I said, well, there's fewer games on now, and I'm going to stick, I think, with the Tampa Bay game. It depends what's in high def. I will let you know if anything happens. So she lives, okay. She's so happy.
You double bolt the door behind her.
She's so happy, as a matter of fact, that she says, I'm going to go to the store, because you know what I'm going to get for dinner? I'm going to get chicken. And this is a big deal for her because she's a vegetarian and all this other crap. So she's finally going to eat. Going to
eat a dead animal for she's that happy.
This is what I'm saying. I got nothing to complain about with this woman. She drove me nuts watching this game, and we were together every second this weekend. But she's even going to eat chicken. Now, she comes back from the store, and she says, okay, I'm going to make some kind of fantastic chicken we can eat. I said, great. I'm glad to hear it. We sit down, and she does make a very nice Parmesan crusted cheese, really great chicken. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and she says, haven't we had a wonderful day and weekend? And I reflected, yes, we have. And then she says, so she right in the eye, she says, I want you to know something. When I was in the grocery store, I prayed for the souls of each of these chickens as I bought them. And that's the moment when I unraveled.
Oh, dear.
That's the moment when, and I mean, she doesn't know unraveling. She doesn't know how this was kept inside me. What incredible.
You held your tongue throughout the day.
What incredible. I mean, as they say on the football shows, I held my water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, I'm thinking about it for a second. I'm thinking, now wait, hold on. And I did say
to her. Is that when you took the asparagus and threw it against the wall like in American Beauty?
I said to her,
do not ignore me.
You go to Safeway, and you're praying for the chickens while you're picking them out and buying them? Yes. And I just looked at her. I said, you're nuts. And she said, excuse me? And I said, it's great. It tastes great. I didn't have the balls
to pursue it.
Yeah,
well, didn't that start a huge argument one time?
It did. But this is new.
This is a new level.
She's
serious when she's saying that?
Yes, she's in the Mike. I wouldn't say this if it wasn't 100% true. Now I can't have.
If heaven is a place where everything is there, she might get up there and be happy as a clam, and you'll be pecked to death.
Yeah, right, and you'll be right next to me, incidentally.
I'll be right next to you, because I do not pray for the souls of chickens.
Neither do I. And I can't even, because she's so...
But we'll both be brushing our teeth with cinnamon toothpaste.
Because she's just so goddamn Dr. Phil, Oprah, meditation, everything is beautiful. I couldn't even say, woman, listen, you're nuts.
She's giving you a nice weekend, though.
Yes, let me just say that.
Lots of nice weekends.
What a nice weekend I had.
She wanted to be in your pocket all weekend. That's a nice thing.
She was. And like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there's love, and then there's love, and then there's a little something called smothering.
It beats the alternative, right?
Yes. Yeah. Listen, I said up front, I'm not complaining.
You like being smothered, you like being left alone.
Yes, I do.
You're in a good space.
My family is just nuts. My kid saves, fly back for the weekend. No girl calls up. Girl's fine. Wife smothering. Then last night, finally, I'm thinking I'm going to watch the Sunday night game. Right? She comes in at 9 o'clock. Now, I'm ready to say, if you think you're going to watch this game with me, you're out of your mind. No. What she says to me is, I really want to watch the show Desperate Housewives, but something is wrong with the TV in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Will you please come fix the TV in the other room? So, begrudgingly, and this is a mistake on my part, I go, all right, okay. I mean, I'm watching the game here. I've got players going in this game tonight.
Right.
I can. She said, listen. To quote the great Mel Karmazin, she says, what haven't I done for you this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
She said, everything. So now I got to sit in the other room, fix the TV. Meanwhile, the only channel that we can get that is the one where they're showing a movie about the woman that ran over her husband 3 times. So, because that's the only channel that this DirecTV box is getting right now is CBS. So I said, look, I'm trying to download the guide. I don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, on the screen, the whole time I'm seeing the woman drive over the husband 3 times.
You don't need that.
I hear
one in a circle?
Yeah. I hear Celia Cella Ward, that actress. She's, I guess, the investigator, and she's saying, like in a voiceover, I could understand why she would want to kill her husband and run him over and run him over again and run him over again after all she did for him, And
you were thinking it was you under those wheels.
Boy, you never saw me work faster. You never saw me work faster to get that thing going on Channel 7, and there was Desperate Housewives done. I wash my hands of all of you. I wish you a blessed to delete myself.
Can't be watching that girly show.
I can't be watching that girly show, Mike.
Well, I watched it, and
I'm not surprised.
It was, I was with my mom, and she wanted to watch.
All right, you get a pat. Listen,
okay.
If we break right now, we can come back, and I do want to hear.
One of the few times my mom actually sat down.
I want to hear about your mamo.
My mamo.
Because Mike was telling me before the show. I was saying,
I just want to say that my mamo is a freak of nature.
See, here's the
wow.
deal.
Yes.
We all...
It's weird. And I don't have the genetic code.
Huh.
I really don't.
We swap, like, stories before the show.
Right.
We commiserate.
Yeah.
Right? I say,
we do.
My weekend was good, but what you just heard, Rob spends the whole weekend moving his mother-in-law from one house to another.
Mm-hmm.
Buzz tells me that he had a weekend, I guess, similar to mine.
Yes.
A good weekend.
Yes, no football, but otherwise similar.
And then Mike says...
I'm exhausted.
His mom wore him out.
I just have to talk about this.
Okay, well, we'll break.
I have to share because...
We'll break. We want to hear it.
Every now and then I have to come in here and I have to purge. And she doesn't come down to visit very often.
And here's the thing. Much like with me talking about my wife today, I know why you want to do it today, because you already said it. Because your mom's out of town and she's
gone.
She can't hear the radio. We're
gone. I can talk about it.
Okay, so we'll talk about.
And I know,
mom.
she's 84, and I probably shouldn't talk about her, but I'm gonna. Bye-bye. Have a safe flight. See you later.
See,
now
get me to bed.
Yeah.
There was a look you had on your face as you were pretending to wave towards your mom's airplane.
It was a happy look.
Yeah, not really.
Hello. Bye-bye.
Not really. We'll be right back, everybody.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Tony Perkins has gone coast to coast to California's capital, Sacramento. Hi, Tony.
Good morning, Chief. Good morning, everybody. We got a crowd of people here. I don't know if they're here for Good Morning America, for Rail Fair 99, or the nationally syndicated Don and Mike radio shows in town today. These folks are excited.
The Don and Mike Show.
I don't believe it.
Don't touch me. Noted chubby chasers, Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Well, we're big rock singers. We got golden fingers.
Right.
And we love
Listen, Mike, before we talk about your mamo,
we sing about
when,
we sing about
it's a note I wrote myself yesterday, when this week is underlined, is Mike paying off his Red Sox bet?
I'll pay it off whenever Tom can get in here.
Now,
It's not up to me.
we have just heard that Tom may not be able to. There must be someone to fill in for this bet, unless you'd like to be known as the guy that just didn't pay off the bet.
I will pay the bet off with Tom whenever Tom can get in here.
I think Tom might be available in as little as 2 weeks. Of course, it's hard to get a straight answer. You know,
Well, Tom, I mean, the
DJ.
the outside time
Come on.
was like by the holiday times. If he wasn't, then we'd have to fill in. But I'm not going to massage anybody else. I'm going to massage Tom.
Come on. You lost the bet. The baseball season's over now. The Red Sox are going to the playoffs.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Pay off the bet with Dennis.
With Dennis?
Yeah, or
It just wouldn't be the same.
Or in a way, that would be melting.
Name a person of equal grossness.
There is none.
Hold on. What about the man who lives in his car?
Rob Grippy, no. No, there's no way. There's no way. That Rob Grippy's, no, it's a different...
But we talked about this bet for 6 months.
Yes.
Oh, well over 6 months.
Right.
So now how about a payoff? I mean, I understand that the guy who said that he would be massaged is in the hospital with hip replacement surgery. Mm-hmm. You know, we got to have a backup. I mean, and I'm not saying...
Boy, Dennis Murphy grosses me out.
Oh, okay, well then, think about it for a day.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not putting you on the spot. I think Dennis Murphy is less of a... than Tom. I think really by doing Dennis Murphy,
Mike,
by doing Dennis Murphy's massage, I should say.
I don't know if Tom's going to rally for this one.
When will we find that out? If you want, I don't certainly want to do Rob Grippy because Rob Grippy is, that's just not right.
He's cleaned himself up,
and I don't think Rob Grippy is somebody I want to touch in any way, shape, or form.
You don't have the CSI gloves.
Yeah, I don't care. Rob Grippy, I don't want. But Dennis Murphy, if you think that would be, I just don't think that's thick enough.
Oh, that would listen.
But I'm certainly not going to turn it over and say, anybody you want because that's not right either.
No. I want to come to see if you and I can compromise.
I guess we had discussed Dennis Murphy as a substitute
as a backup.
It's not fair to Tom, is what I'm thinking, because Tom deserves it. Part of the attraction of the bet, as bad as it's going to be for me, is damn it, it's Tom's thing. It's going to give Tom some pleasure.
If you take this away from Tom, maybe he won't recover.
Yeah, but come on, fellas. All right.
Well, can you get an update on Tom's condition and find out whether he'll be able to do this?
I imagine he's within the sound of our voice. Tom should call in. I heard
Tom is out of the hospital now.
I heard something third hand. That he is in a rehab center temporarily.
Okay. All right. Well, then maybe he could get out here.
I hope so.
Maybe he requires massage as part of his therapy.
Probably.
Yeah, but that's going to get near the weeping sore.
And what is your drop-dead date on this?
I think
bad choice of words.
Well, I wanted, this week I was thinking because
I know
the Red Sox.
You're like a little kid. You want to open all the candy and eat it on Halloween day.
Hold on.
Yes.
The deal was the original deal was that on the day that the Red Sox
don't get angry now.
On the day. But, Mike, that's what the listeners love.
Yes, it is.
Let's remember this from Friday. No, you're right. On the day that the Red Sox were eliminated,
I would concede the bet.
You lost.
And I would have paid it all. If you'd had Tom waiting in the wings,
I couldn't. He was in the hospital.
But this isn't on me.
But the thing is, he's been in the hospital for almost a month now.
Well, he had major surgery.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we're going to have to go with a backup.
I didn't call Tom and go off and say, "Hey, Tom, I'm going to lose this bet. Go under the knife so I don't have to pay off."
So
I'll pay it off.
How about a backup? That's all I'm saying. If we can compromise on who the backup would be, we had already discussed Dennis. I mean,
Dennis Murphy, the backup. I think I'm going to get heat from the listeners if we use Dennis Murphy because they'll say it's not the same as Tom Gavin.
And all I know is that it runs a very good risk of being one of those things that just kind of goes away.
I will not let it go away. No. How about that?
Flitter away.
How about that?
You're talking about by the holidays. You're talking about by the holidays?
Well, all depending on Tom's recovery.
Like Christmas?
But I'm not trying to welch on the bet. I've never done that. I've never welched on a bet. Well, my God, I've had my head shaved, had my hair dyed blonde, put on an Oakland Raiders sweat jacket and run out in front of 300 people.
When I'm watching the football yesterday with my wife while she's cuddling me, I'm watching the ads come on for baseball. And I'm thinking, you're going to be excited about baseball. You're going to be happy that the Red Sox are in the playoffs. Part of this whole bet was...
Sort of.
Part of this whole bet was...
I feel that horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach this postseason, which maybe is a good thing. I feel this kind of... angst.
But part of the joy of winning this bet is the fact that I win and you win, but yet you lose. That they didn't do what you said, but they're going to make the playoffs anyway. So why should you have this time to be happy?
I see your point. You're thinking that if they go, through to like the World Series or something like that, and that's funny, and they actually win the World Series, that it would be tainted.
Here's the thing. Even during...
you're so complex. I can't get inside.
Who do they play? Anaheim?
Anaheim in the first round.
All right, so that's going to go on at least 3 or 4 days. They're going to win a couple games. You're going to have some time there where you're happy, where you're thinking, hey, this is good. The Red Sox are doing good.
The first game's tomorrow.
There's no reminder that you lost the bet on the team, that this team that you're rooting for let you down.
Where's the misery? Well, what are you? Both of you. What are you looking at me for?
Well, I've thrown out the name Dennis. Look at me. I threw out the name Dennis.
Yeah, I mean, fine. If you want Dennis, I have no problem doing. I keep saying doing this. I have no problem. It's just, really, I'm being more stand-up about this than you realize, because I just don't think Dennis is. And
I think knowing about him,
Tom, the whole idea, because I came up with this bet. The whole idea was Tom Gavin.
But Mike,
just the idea of having I think I heard Tom on a best of segment today, and it just cemented the fact that it's going to be perfect.
You know Bobby Hollingsworth?
What's that?
She's been gone 3 months with hip replacement surgery. I mean, and Buzz, don't look at me in that tone of voice, because we know that Bobby is returning any day.
Right.
We know that any day.
No, I meant she might be a good subject.
She and her artificial hip will be making their fabulous return to Teddy.
Well, I'm in no.
She can make the walk back to the office.
I'm not, I'm not welching on this bet, and I would prefer to give Tom the body massage as much as that will be disturbing with his wound. But if you want Dennis to be the backup, Dennis will be the backup
in a timely fashion. That's all I'm saying. If we get Tom together in the next 2 weeks,
absolutely. Yeah, you want to put a 2-week deadline on it? I'm fine with that.
Okay. Hello. Here's Sam. Sam.
Don, Mike, Buzz, how's everybody today?
Hi, Sam. We're doing great.
We all wish Tom well, but how about this? Homo Joe. It may not be as gross, but he'll enjoy the hell out of it.
How about this, sir? The bet was, technically, if I wanted to be a hard ass about this, the bet was Tom Gavin. So I really have to have a little say in this, and I do not want to. Here's the deal.
Do you think that you wouldn't have to pay the bet if Tom died? Do you think you wouldn't have to pay the bet if Tom died?
Well, the bet was, technically. I think bets. How do bets work? I think when someone dies, I don't want Tom. What a horrible thing to say.
Well, I'm just asking. That's the ultimate. God forbid.
You know what? One of the things that I was thinking when I designed this bet that made this bet so special is, as difficult as it would be for you or me to do this, he's the one that would probably enjoy it the most. Yeah. Whereas, Homo Joe would be there with patter and shtick that I didn't want to hear.
Screw bringing joy to Tom Gavin. I just want you to...
You want me to be miserable?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. The bet wasn't Mike has to do something to make him miserable.
Oh, well, hold on. No, yes, it was. Because if I had lost, the point would be that...
See, that's what you don't know about me.
I would be miserable.
Maybe I wanted to massage Tom.
I guess so.
Maybe I wanted to bring Tom some
Hello.
Hey, God, hi, Mike. How you going?
Hi, Menace.
No, Kenneth.
Hi, Menace.
Okay. Hello. So, Mike, I haven't been massaged in a couple of years.
It's been a couple of years.
Well, you are now officially the backup. I have agreed in principle to that.
I need my back massage, and I think if you want back.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis, we're playing your hit now. We love this song.
Have you heard of
another sale today?
Oh, you sold
another disc.
You sold another disc?
Yeah, I sold it to a guy that I sold it to a guy.
You take.
Yeah, sold it to somebody.
Every move you make.
Hit song by Dennis Murphy.
Every bond you break. Every step you take. I'll be watching you.
All right, well, Dennis, we know that you're ready. We know that you're ready in the lurch.
I'm ready. Just let me know. And, hey, can I talk to her?
Everything.
Are you going to ask her out?
Oh, no, I just want to introduce myself.
What, do you want to meet her when you come down here, or you want to meet her over the phone?
No, I just want to... I haven't spoken to her yet.
Doesn't matter at all, apparently.
Okay, hold on a second, please.
Okay.
Beth Ann, get ready for a surprise.
She should know, Dennis.
Pick up line number 2.
I want a massage.
Hello. Dave.
Captain Shtick.
Dave, Don and Mike Show. Hello, Dave.
Chance to take.
Hey guys.
Hi, Dave.
Mike. Hey, how about Cheryl the Big Dyke as a backup?
Oh.
That just makes me laugh.
Come on now.
That has maybe even more possibilities than Dennis, I have to say.
I'm going to need a towel.
I know you don't like idea guys, but I thought...
No. This is the one time that the phones are open for this topic.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'd put a possibility on
that.
Know what?
That's a show.
That...
If only to disappoint Dennis. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob.
Here's Mitch in California. Mitch.
Donnie G, you are a man of principle, and this bet was for Tom Gavin, and it really should be paid off with Tom Gavin.
Well, I think that what Don's saying is the urgency of the bet to get it paid. I'm willing to do a backup if Tom can demonstrate that he's not recovering.
And we got to figure out. We got to call the
rehab center.
Yeah, whatever.
And Don, I'm actually willing to substitute Cheryl for Dennis just because of Dennis's joy when he called in. Is he still on the line?
No, he's not. But Beth Ann, would you get him back?
Dennis,
on the
I'm
line?
real sorry, bud. Not going to be you.
Hello there, Jay. Jay, Don and Mike show. Hi, Jay.
I got to weigh in on this. He can't welch in this bet. It's Tom. It's got to go
Hey,
Tom.
excuse me. The word well. Excuse me. Now I'm getting angry.
Oh, no, Mike. I think he's saying it to me.
The word welch.
I think he's trying to say it to me.
I'm saying it to Don.
All right. Okay. I don't like welch being used in this.
Hey, and I'm not welching. I won the bet.
We hate that
Well, I
word.
know you're not welch. I know that.
We both have to hate that word more than anything else.
Okay. And
Because we're not welchers.
If Tom can't do it, then I think it should be Beth Ann.
Oh, yeah, shut up, you idiot.
Now, will all the same parameters
You
be...
see what you reduced me to? Do you see that FCC? Do you see what you reduced me to?
Made him do that.
Before I would have had a snappy repartee, called him a dirty name. Now I just have to say, shut up, you idiot.
Stupid idiot.
It worked.
Yeah, it's not even original.
Stupid.
Got rid of it.
Not strong enough.
Now, should Cheryl be the one who takes the place? Would all the same parameters be in place?
Yes.
The nudity?
Yes.
Yes.
The glutes?
Yep.
And the gloves.
And the
Yeah, I'd be
front?
willing to do that.
And the front?
And no, the front was never involved.
No, it was always that Tom would lay on his stomach.
Okay.
And would have a towel.
Yeah.
It'd be just like the
or a
massage where
washcloth.
you do that fold of the towel and you do one side and then you
Mike,
do the other side.
Screw Dennis's feelings. I think it's better if you give it to Cheryl the Big Dyke.
And I'd love to. Dennis is off the line, right?
You know what? You could cure her.
Dennis, I'm really, really sorry.
If we could get Cheryl the Big Dyke on the phone, maybe we could.
At the backup, though, I still want to make sure that we go the full 2 weeks.
All right, you get
and
2
make
weeks.
sure that the Tom Gavin can't come in.
2 weeks from today, then.
You know Dennis will fight this tooth and nail.
Tooth and nail. Mooth and nail.
Mooth and nail.
That's a shame. Whoever came up with Cheryl the Big Dyke, she's just a better replacement.
That's the guy.
True.
Hold on.
Dennis came in second.
Hello, Bob.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
You got the pony?
What's that? Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, 2 weekends ago, my kids were riding that pony.
Well, I mean, think of it.
Wait, Mike's not going to massage his horse.
Well, massage the pony. You're sick. You are absolutely sick. I'm not touching the pony.
Get out of here.
We can't bring a pony in here.
Who buys the videos?
The pony's big.
You know what would happen?
Yeah, we have to put the pony down.
Hello, that wasn't a very good. That one's better. Hello, Don and Mike. Don.
Hey, Don, Mike, how are you guys doing?
Doing great.
I'm all right.
Hey, Mike, you're doing fine, buddy. This was supposed to be your segment about your mom and Don's being a bully.
Hey, listen, jerk face. And I only say that because I've already used idiot.
And
Mike is going to get a full segment for his mom, so shut your pie hole about this, okay?
And he said the bet was for...
Listen, dummy.
Yes.
Dummy, what if Tom was to die? What if Tom...
tragedy for the show.
Yeah, but what if Tom was to die? Would you let Mike off on the bet? Would you let your best buddy off on a bet for 6 friggin' months?
If he's still alive and that was the bet, yes.
I think it's a tough situation to use Tom Gavin dying as an example because we would all be in dire straits.
It'll be a loss for the show, guys.
And that's why, Rob, I think it's essential.
I think we can live without Tom Gavin. I hate to be the one to say
now
it.
You have gone too far.
I hate to say it, but I'll say it. I'd be happy. No. I'm just being shocking, Mike. I'm being angry. I'm being a bully.
No. People love that.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, hi there.
No.
Hey, listen, pal, I'll handle my own affairs, okay? All I know is...
You do a great job every day.
All I know is on this, I am a big winner, and I just want my payoff. Thank you. And the reason I want the payoff...
All right, how do we find out about Tom's medical condition?
Is that Mike came to the show with this bet.
This was my idea.
7 months ago. That's why I want the payoff.
I think I've been the architect of many bets that I've paid off myself.
Yes, you have.
Which doesn't make me happy one little bit.
Russ, Don and Mike show. Russ, hi.
Hey, Don and Mike, I got an idea for you. How about you go double or nothing that Boston wins the World Series, and if you lose, then you have to do 2 people. You can do
No, excuse me. The odds of the Red Sox going to the World Series with the way their pitching staff are right now is not that good. It's not really that good.
No,
I'm not doing a double or nothing. I'm going to enjoy the postseason, and whatever comes my way, as far as baseball joy, comes my way.
And you just said it, the E word. That's why I desperately want you to have the massage now.
What's
You're
that?
going to enjoy the postseason.
I am going to enjoy the postseason.
That's just not fair.
I have bad news for you.
There's
too.
no enjoying in baseball.
I want to commit to you one thing. I will maintain my focus on the show. I will do the best job I can. I will pay attention to the show. I will. I just want you to let you know the first game of the playoffs is tomorrow at 4:00 on the West Coast.
That's great.
I'm going to be fine.
Pay the bet off. Pay the bet off, and you could go in the other room and watch the show.
Oh.
Pay the bet off. Pay it off tomorrow, right at the beginning of the show.
Pay it forward.
3:00. Get Dennis down here. Get Cheryl down here.
So if I pay the bet off tomorrow,
then one time last year when there was a game that was truly important, didn't you actually go? Didn't you go in the other? Didn't you actually go in the other room and
that was the ALCS? I don't have to make this decision right now. It's not. I don't care. Tomorrow I'm fine. I don't need to pay the. Oh, see what you did, Conjurer! Conjurer! Tom is still my first choice with a backup of Cheryl. And let's find out how Tom's doing.
And to be honest, Tom is my first choice as well.
I know he is. Good.
I just know he's been in the hospital for a month, and I know that. Well,
but he's out.
Yeah, but
kind of.
Who knows? I think when
Robert, you can use those two words, assisted living.
I think what he got.
Use it, I live it.
What he got, I don't think you can fix. That's what I'm saying about him. What he got.
Oh, they can do miracles. I've always thought that Tom was hip.
Yeah, but I think
he had a hip replacement, right?
Yeah, but my God, what if? Well,
you can't know. You're absolutely right. I think that didn't he call us from the hospital right after he had the surgery?
Yeah, he did.
And he was still wanting to come in here and get the massage.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question about the logistics.
Yeah.
Just one requirement. This is probably for Beth Ann before. I want the regular table, the massage.
Oh no, we're gonna rent a real massage table.
All right, very good.
Or a gurney.
Or a gurney.
Get him up on it.
Or a gurney.
That's good.
He probably took it from them.
From them.
And I'll wear like a tight white shirt and white pants.
Okay.
With white shoes. Just come in like full outfit on.
Like Mr. Clean.
Right. Whether it's Tom, and now the backup is Cheryl. And, if it's not Cheryl, then maybe we find somebody else besides Dennis.
You love to hurt him, don't you?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with, the comedy value. It's me being completely selfish on that.
You just love to hurt Dennis.
I do.
I love to watch you
because Dennis likes to hurt me. And Dennis is like, okay, I'm ready for my massage mic. Sorry, Dennis.
We got a break here. We got to break. How are you anyway?
I
want to hear about Mike's mamo.
It's just brief.
No, it doesn't have to be brief.
Well, it's brief.
Well, too bad, because we've got a full break coming up, Mike.
Very good.
We'll fill it somehow. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Derek?
What do you want?
Actually, I'm trying to talk to Mugatu, but he's tougher to get to than the president.
Oh, thought you were going to tell me what a bad Googleizer I am.
A what?
A Googleizer? One who speaks at funerals? Or did you think I'd be too stupid to know what a googly was?
The Don and Mike Show. Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride.
Oh, hi there.
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Hey, hold on. Hey, we just lost another one.
Oh, no.
There you go. Put it in the ground. Hit it. And there it is.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Right.
Oh, hi there.
Charmingly ghetto. The Don and Mike Show.
Right. Still to come on today's show, the producer of Fear Factor.
All right.
Wow. We've only got like 8 million questions for this guy.
Yeah, lots of behind-the-scenes questions. If you're like us and you want to know a lot of the details about what really goes on that show, we're going to grill him.
Let's see. Hey, here's a good first day. Today was supposed to be the first day that we had Nancy O'Dell from Accent Hollywood on the show. Doing her little 5-7 minute thing with what's going to be on Accent Hollywood tonight. And as it turns out, she's sick. And I can only imagine that it's a feminine problem.
Yeah, well, you never know.
I can't imagine that it would be, the first one of the first weeks coming back, starting their fall season, and
right. Well,
you can see how she's doing the 4th of next month.
We'll do the math. We'll do the math on that.
Mark my calendar. All right.
So we won't have Nancy O'Dell today.
That's a shame.
But hopefully, Mike, she'll get some whatever it is that girls take.
Midol,
aspirin, and Midol, and Pamprin, and
right.
And she'll be.
Well, if that is the case, we certainly have no information as to what the real problem is.
Here's the thing.
You never know.
I got the call from Beth Ann this morning at 10.
Right.
Meaning that Beth Ann got the call from the people at Accent Hollywood. At 7 a.m. their time.
You think maybe she might just have the blue flu?
So at 7 a.m. she called in and had to say, "Oh my, I have to buy a new bed. I won't be at work today."
Right, that's unfortunate.
So we'll somehow.
So she won't be on the TV show tonight.
Correct.
It better not be. She better not be. We should all be watching.
And the people from Accent Hollywood said, would you like Tim Trebubble, who's one of the requests? Said, no, with the deal we want the Babylicious late.
Yeah.
So anyway, please to be watching that show tonight, just to let us know if she's there.
Absolutely.
2 words for Nancy O'Dell. 3 words, 2 words. Both ends.
Maybe. Who knows? She went to a bad Chinese food.
Maybe that's the problem.
You never know.
Maybe it's got nothing to do with being a girl.
Most people, I think, Sunday's the big eating day. Usually is when I'm on a diet.
So, Mike, you were lucky. Your Mamo, 84-year-old Mamo, was in town this weekend.
Yeah,
nice round of applause. Wonderful. I leave the applause for your Mamo.
I know you like my Mamo, and my Mamo hasn't been down to visit me since my life fell apart. And so she kind of stayed away, and I would go up and see the family, but I really pushed people away. I just wanted to deal with all the garbage in my life and deal with it here. So really, now that things have calmed down and everything seems to be going well, I thought it would be a good time for her to come down and visit. And I bought a house now that I'm going to be moving into, and I'm very excited about that. Thank you, Rob.
We have our fingers crossed. We have our fingers crossed that Mike is able to scrape together enough money to get that down payment.
Don, I'm working every day. I'm trying to do that, and I think I'm close. I'm very, very, very close, so I'm excited about that. I wanted her to see the place that I'd rented for 2 years after I left my other domicile, and wanted to show her that everything was going. Most importantly, I wanted to show her the restaurant, wanted to bring her out to the Look Around Cafe and show her that.
Mike,
I'm proud of that.
I know the answer to listen. You don't have to go into this, but let me just ask for everybody who's listening and wondering.
Yes.
Did she meet the young one?
Yes.
So she did meet your girlfriend?
Yes, she did.
Okay, nice.
Yes, we had lunch yesterday, as a matter of fact. So she gets off the plane, and Dulles Airport is, when you come into Dulles Airport, especially when you land, if you happen to be at a certain gate, landing and getting off the airplane is just half the battle, especially if you're 84 years old. And apparently she had one of those wonderful trips where you walk, the length of the terminal.
Yeah.
Then you get on the shuttle bus.
The tram.
Then the shuttle bus dumps you out, and it dumps you out on the far end, and you have to walk 2 miles down to Magna. So she's tired. Yeah. And so my 84-year-old mom comes up and is just kind of tired and looks a little bit tired, and apparently there was fog up in New England when she left in the morning. No. The first really words out of her mouth to me is, I really don't think, dear, that I'm going to be making a lot of trips down here. Traveling's harder for me. I had fog this morning, and I had to walk so far. I said, well, Mom, if you have to walk that distance, they do provide. No. Not a wheelchair. Not a wheelchair. She doesn't want a wheelchair. She does. She freaks out. Absolutely doesn't want a wheelchair. So I'm saying, well, she's slowing down, and I'm going to account for that slowing down. That she's not moving as fast. I didn't realize that when she said that to me, that it really was just BS. That she really was. That she would go from the time she got back to my house with my kids. That she would not stop. That we would. The way it works is my kids were at a birthday party. So I pick my mom up at the airport, then I go pick up my kids from the birthday party. They get in we go out to lunch, we go by the new house, we have the tour. We're going. Right? We go to the restaurant, we have to stop by the grocery store to pick up some stuff. We're going to make dinner that night. She's going to be involved in that. So we get back to the house. It's been, I would say conservatively, 6 hours that we've been out and about I'm tapped. You know, I've been chasing the kids around the restaurant. I've been running around the house, saying, don't do that. Daddy doesn't own that yet. Don't put your hands there. Daddy doesn't own that. So I'm tapped, and I figure,
tired.
You know, she's been up since the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
She's been up since 5 o'clock in the morning, going to the airport.
She was tired getting off the airplane.
She was tired getting off the airplane. I hit my leather chair, bam, put the Disney Channel on for the kids. It's daddy time. I'm gonna vegetate. No. This is why this is a ruse. This is why she possesses some sort of genetic energy level that is like a nuclear reactor.
Hello.
And really, when my time is to get into that leather chair and sit and chill out, because really, maybe it's because I'm a part-time dad and I'm not used to it and I don't do it all the time. Well, you know, a full Saturday and Sunday with my kids, color me done. I sit down and I'm like, well, Nana, which we call her the grandma name. Mm-hmm. Nana, we're all set right now. Why don't you sit over here? And here's the first clue, okay? I've got a perfect, leather recliner chair right in front of the TV set, perfectly comfortable. She doesn't want to sit in that, okay?
Why?
She wants to sit over at the kitchen table in the hard-backed wooden chair. And now she says to me she wants to do this because it's more comfortable for her to have a straight back. Right. I'm like, I don't buy it for a second. She wants to sit in the straight back chair because I realize for the next 5 hours she's going to be up and down out of the chair, getting up, going over, doing the homework for the kids, cleaning this, picking this up, doing this, asking me if I need to do this. Do you want me to do the laundry? And finally, really, 2 hours into this, I'm like, are you tired? Are you tired? Do you want to rest? And I thought that would be the end of it. We turn in relatively early. She does turn in at about, I guess, old lady time, which would be
what
about
time?
10 o'clock, 10:30 at night.
I got news for you. Old lady time, that's
the time. If you get up early, you know what? I've been up early this time. It's the time to go. But it's going nonstop.
For an old lady.
Right.
I mean that affectionately, like I would with Big Frida, too. That's way past the 4:30 dinner.
Mike, Mike, I noticed that the girls' school clothes are hung on the back of the chair. Do you want me to bring those upstairs? Mike, Catherine has a homework project that she would like. Do you mind if I do that with her, if I just get that poster? Mike, these dishes in the sink, and I'm like, please let me be lazy. God, let me be lazy like I normally am. And she's going. Then the next day, it starts all over again. But here's the difference.
Okay.
The next day, she gets up, and she has a normal night's sleep for her. So take the energy level that, maybe the air travel might have slowed her down a little bit.
She was at a reduced level when you first saw her.
Yeah. So I'm awakened. Seriously, this is Sunday morning. This is Sunday morning at maybe 6:45. And I hear... And I sit up in bed, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. What is the deal? What is going on? And then I hear my mom's voice going, yeah, it's right, Captain. And I hear, laughing. I'm sitting there in a coma because I'm sorry. I'm out late at night, much later than you are most nights, right? So I have kind of a nocturnal lifestyle. So still, even on the way. But 8 o'clock, really, 8 o'clock to me is my normal, even when I have my kids. And sometimes, this is 6:45, and it's just going, and I hear this, okay, that's great. I get up. The kids are fully dressed. This is a miracle. I've never seen this. I walk out. They're fully dressed. I mean, like kids, hair in ponytails, sitting there with the breakfast at the table. Now, my mom's in her little, house coat thing. Just
her mom outfit.
She's in her mom outfit. But the kids are, the house, first of all, has been cleaned.
It's immaculate.
The house has been cleaned. And I'm just, and I just come, I come dragging out and, and I put a t-shirt and jeans on and I walk up and I'm like, good morning, everyone. And she's like, well, good morning, Mr. Sleepy. And it's like, yeah, Mr. Sleepy, the clock hasn't hit 7 o'clock yet. And the whole day begins. This day is the day where we go to Shark Tale and everything's fine. Once we're out of the house, I'm a little more in control now because, she's 84 and it's in and out. And she does have a little issue getting in and out of the SUV, which at this point makes me kind of happy. Because she's been running my ass into the ground for 24 hours. And I'm like, oh, you have a little trouble with that step? Okay, let's make a few more stops then. Maybe that'll tire you out. So she gets in and out. We go to Shark Tales. We go to a nice little Chinese restaurant. We have lunch, very brief. As you mentioned before, she meets the girlfriend, which is fine.
Meets the young one, okay?
Everything goes fine,
good,
and everything's very cool. We go back, and at that point, my youngest, I'm tired again. I am. I'm just tired again because I was awakened at 6:45, and normally my day would be a little better. And Elizabeth says, "Can we stop by the pumpkin patch on the way?" And before I can answer, before I'm able to really answer and say, "Yeah, well, hey, it's Halloween's in a month. We don't necessarily need to go." My mom says, "Yes, I think that would be a great idea." Okay, we'll stop by the pumpkin patch. This is by the time this rolls around, and I've been going. This is 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And what happens is I get to the pumpkin patch at the same time that all the dads that have gotten the free pass to watch the Redskins game and are all just furious because the Redskins lost. They're all, but the wife says, "You said you'd take them to the pumpkin patch." Right. And I knew this was true because you got SUVs coming in like 16 at a time, and you got angry dads that want a parking space behind the wheel. And my two daughters, Catherine and Elizabeth, are very happy running through the pumpkin patch, and my mom's chugging along, 84 years old in back of them, and I'm basically dragging my feet through the dust, going through the and of course we'd gone to Shark Tales, and it was the big balloon shark slide that they saw, so we go there. And so at this point I say to my mom, I said, "Here, I'm going to show you something that I do as a parent. This is what I do. This is my style. This is what makes me a great parent, Mom. This is it's one of the things I do to get them to do what I want them to do." I want to leave now because we've been here. I'm going to say to them, I'm going to give them what I call, and I'm bragging, I'm going to give them what I call the option the manipulated option. And this is where I give them an option that I know they're going to take the one option. What I'm going to say is, you can get a nice pumpkin, or you can stay for 2 more minutes. And Catherine knows time, and she knows that that's no time at all, and she'll want the pumpkin. Right. Watch this. So they're out doing these little bicycle things where they sit and they twist on the bicycles to make them go on the big concrete. It's really high dollar. It's not worth $8 to get in the goddamn pumpkin patch, in my opinion. So Catherine comes over, Elizabeth, I stopped them both. I said, "Okay, girls, I have something important to tell you right now. Now listen, what we can do is we can stay for a very short time, only 2 minutes, or we can get a really nice pumpkin if we go right now. And so tell me what you want to do." And Catherine, who is now 9, and it's over, I can't do it anymore, looks me dead in the eye, goes, "I want to stay for 2 more minutes." And they go running off like that, and I'm completely defeated. And I look over at my sweet 84-year-old mother, who gives me the sweetest, nice little old lady look that's telling me, "Dumbass." And as predicted, of course, they both got the pumpkins anyway, because that's the way it is.
And I bet they stayed, because they, certainly more than 2 minutes.
They stayed more than, they got everything.
120 seconds.
They got everything, but it's just in time to get back to the house where the drill began again. Do you need this? Then it was the routine for school, because she knew that she was going to be involved. My mom was going to be involved with getting them ready for school the next day. Right. So I get the drill, So what do you need me to do? That's what she says. "What do you need me to do for school tomorrow? Is there anything?" I said, "No, Mom, we've got a routine." "Well, what I think we should do, now, do you make the lunches before? Do you make the lunches the night before? Or do you make them the morning of? And does Catherine have them?" I'm like, and at one point I just go, "I have a system. I'm doing fine. Please let me sit down some more, please." And because really, I have moments with them where, I'm the guy that invented the daddy lies on the floor and they play on my back game. That's right. All right? That's the game I invented. That's the daddy thing that I did. Remember that famous game? Daddy's the jumping jack? Yeah. Daddy's the jungle gym?
Daddy just lays on the floor
and they jump on my back.
That's great.
It hurts a little bit, but it beats running around. So I'm real happy about this. And finally, the question's over. We enjoy... my mom and I watched the Extreme Makeover Home Edition, The Waterworks. She'd never seen it before, and my mom's the great volunteer. And I will give her a round of applause. At her children's hospital, she has been volunteering, no pay, no nothing, for 35 years.
Oh, my God.
I'm giving her a round of applause.
But if I could say something about your mom, I've only known you 20 years. Right. But I'll say that for the 20 years that I've known Mike, and he's made a lot of coin on this radio show, he's not given one dime of it to his mom.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Not one dime.
And what do I always tell you?
What?
Why give money to someone who's got that much energy? That's right. That's what I always say. Why? Why is it necessary to come up with some money for somebody that can, she can run out and get 13 jobs if she needs.
That's well, you've
Even
always
at 84 years
That's
old.
what you've always said. McDonald's is always hiring.
I'm sure some, back in my hometown, people probably hand her money just because she runs around so much at 84 years old. But we finally got, and we dropped the kids off at school, and then we're going to go off and have a brief breakfast. And my mom, if she has a noon flight, all right? If she had her way, we would have gotten to the airport at 7 a.m. this morning. That would have been fine with her, because that's the way she... Do you think we're going to be okay? I said, yeah, Mom, we're going to be okay. Well, I said, we'll be there by 10 o'clock. It'll be fine. Well, do you think that's all right? It's like, please, all right, just go. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. But the energy level...
I had virtually the opposite thing, because my kid's flight left Sunday morning at 8:20.
Right.
So by my kid's logic, I said to him, now, I'm going to get up at 5:30.
Right.
I'm going to come down and get you up, and we're going to be out the door at 6:30, so you're at the airport an hour before the flight.
Right.
He said, but Dad, like the sleepy, but Dad, it's such a hassle. It's an hour early. I'm just going to be there for an hour. I said, it's going to take you an hour to get through the crap. So I know where your mom's coming from.
I think we all need a Mary transfusion, because, seriously, I said to her at one point, and I looked at her.
The MT.
Mary transfusion. I looked at her seriously, and I said, really? Why didn't I get blessed with just, I said, I got the worrying thing. I do the worrying thing all the time, I got the guilt thing, certainly. I do that all the time.
Maybe you got the lazy thing from your dad.
No, my dad was not lazy. My dad was more sedentary, so maybe I got a little bit, but I got my own little thing going in that department. I just wish that I had maybe one fragment of it that I could really... You think that old people should be, at a certain point, sitting in a chair, at the end of a long day.
Listen,
tired.
Let's take your mom out of it, and let's take my mother-in-law out of it.
Okay.
At some point, they should all be getting fitted for their coffin. At some point, when you reach a certain age, frankly, you just don't become...
Well, she plays that. She plays that all the time. Of course. She's giving me... We're going through the new house that I bought, and she's telling me the pieces of furniture that she wants to give me, because she's not going to be around that long.
Welcome to my world!
But you know what that is? And then you see them, okay, if you want to talk the death game, if you want to play that death card, then don't run around like a track star when you're in my house. You can't have it both ways. Either if you're going to talk the death game all day long,
heavens, no.
Then when you get to the house, seriously, go to bed. When we get home about noon, go to bed, and we'll bring you like food in bed and stuff like that. But pretend you're older than you are. It makes me feel like by the time, first of all, that I won't hit that number. Mm-hmm. But that maybe
84?
Maybe about 10 years, I'm going to be walking around going, that's a peach, hon. Yeah, it's good.
So you got her out?
Yeah, she's gone.
I tell you, that's
and I will give her props. That's one thing I will say about her. She believes that house guests are like fish. After 3 days, they stink. She lands and she wants to get out of Dodge almost as soon as she lands. Yeah. So it was fine. The girls are crazy about her. What did he write down?
Rob wrote
what evil thing did Rob write down?
And she'll slow down.
When?
After your funeral.
After my funeral.
Yeah. Yes. That's funny, Rob.
That's a good one, Rob.
That'll be a clue.
Rob, I'd probably laugh if it wasn't so close to the truth. But I love her, of course, and she's my mamo, and Godspeed. She said she'd call me this evening, and
like she always does.
Yeah, she probably flew the plane back, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. Probably telling the pilot, don't you think you should put the gear down a little earlier? Yeah, do you think that's okay? All right. Is he going to get all those bags off himself, or does he need help?
Pilot says, we have a system, Mary.
I did say that at one point. I have a system.
We got a break. We'll be right back, everybody.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Sacramento, California. Hello.
Larry King, I want to commend you on your choice of suspenders tonight.
It is black.
I know it. That's quality, though. This money that belongs to the Iraqi people, can they get that back from Saddam? And are we going to get Don and Mike on the Armed Forces radio over and over?
Good question. That's a good question. Nick, Christopher, can they get the money some way to send that money back to the people? He probably took it from them.
What, Larry?
Don and Mike Show.
Larry?
Anniversary for Don and Mike, and after it's taped, give it to Andrea, and she'll phone and say she's got it, okay? Hi, it's Larry King in Washington. So proud of the fact that Don and Mike have reached their 8th anniversary. Pleasure and welcome you aboard. Happy Normanization. Happy anniversary, guys. And you're both, I was going to say you're both terrific, but...
Oh, hi there.
More entertaining than a litter of acrobats.
Yeah.
Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Let me see. This reminder. Oh, hold on. I got to read the Rich Eisen thing. You got that music ready, Rob? Boy, did I have a great fantasy football weekend.
Yes, you did. Did you win?
Ass.
Did you win the money?
I think so. Based on the guy you're playing tonight. Based on if Johnny has a big day. We'll have our
Johnny's got Jamal and Trent Green going tonight.
Correct. We'll have the fantasy update
Two
tomorrow.
brothers, Jamal and Trent Green. Jamal Green.
That would be Trent Green, right?
Yeah, no, Trent Green and Jamal Lewis.
Let me see. Of course, every Friday we have Rich Eisen on the show. That was one great segment we had with Rich last Friday.
Yes, I believe so.
Brought to us by Tower Records and Tower.com. Nobody has a bigger selection of the music and movies you love. Also, pleased to be watching Rich on his TV show, NFL Total Access. That is on weeknights at 7 and 10.
What the best part about the Rich Eisen segment was?
What's that?
When he said, go ahead and start Steve McNair. That was great.
Yeah, you're bitter with Rich, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd like an apology.
You see, he's in a lot of commercials over the weekend during all of the games. Rich Eisen, that's on the NFL Network. For information, go to NFL.com. Soon to be linked with DonandMikeWebsite.com.
Yes, sirree.
We're looking at that. It said October, and we think there's 31 days in October. That website will be up and running by the 31st day of October.
That is a good thing.
Mike is committed to the picture for Friday, so we are on. It is a go.
Because without that, we'd be dead in the water.
Well, we got to have a picture of you and me. I mean, along with all the other crap.
Yeah, the bottom line is, and I hate to admit this, that you've been skinny a lot more during our partnership than I've been skinny. And I always say, and who knows, if I waited till I was as skinny as you, perhaps the photo would never be taken.
I am ready to retake the photo anytime you want.
Of course you're ready. Look at you.
No, I mean
afterwards.
I mean afterwards.
What's that?
After we have this picture taken, so that there's a new picture of us up for this website.
Okay, all right. Are you a man of your word about that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Because I think I'm going to drop a lot of weight this coming weekend. So I might want to have it retaken on Monday.
I'm there with you.
All right.
I'm there with you. And about the website, just so you know, it will be on the website. Pictures of us, and this is hideous, our wives. The only person without a spouse would be Mike, because you and the young one are not formal, although... You know, she met your mom. I'd say that's...
Well, that was a courtesy. She met everybody that's involved with me down here.
But still, you know me, I like to make more out of it than...
I understand, Dave.
So I look at that as a...
yeah, I know.
First sign of commitment. No, second sign.
That got back to me when you did
First sign was the dog. Second sign is that she's met your mom. I think it's good.
Well, she's very nice to me, and we have a wonderful time.
So on the webpage, on the website, we'll be selling junk, like all people do, but good quality junk. And there'll be the affiliate list, and there'll be the Pick the Pros. And
are we selling jackets?
Yes, we are.
Are the jackets going to be cool enough that you and I could wear them?
Yes, they are.
All right, good.
Cereal?
Will we sell cereal?
No, but it's all the crap. It's the good high quality stuff: sweatshirts, T-shirts, and hats, all that stuff. Plus, Infinity will not let us stream the show. However, we can have a 20 to 30-minute highlight of that day's show that we'll have. You can download and listen to right away on your computer, plus a very wordy show log. Beth Ann actually sits back there and listens to everything we say and writes it in a story form. I've seen
very good.
3 or 4 of these things, so this will be a good website for us, and if we ever have something we really want to get out to you people, we'll go there. So that's coming soon. Listen. Don't forget, I don't know what the rules are around the country, but here in the D.C. area today, and in Virginia and D.C., it's the last day to register to vote.
Yes.
Yeah. And I only mention that because we hate doing stuff for our kid. And that could be taken out of context. Here's the thing. We want our kid to be responsible. He's almost 20, blah, blah, blah.
Self-sufficient.
Yes. However, this weekend when he was here, one of the things that we did do, Frida and I, was get him on the web. He had already registered to vote and had him file his absentee ballot. Since he's a Virginia resident, but he goes to Clemson. And I can tell you successfully, that's one already in the good guys column.
Yeah, and I know Ralph Nader is very, very appreciative of that vote.
No, Mike, he voted for...
Hi there.
He voted for Kerry. So, listen, anyway, if you got a kid like me and your kid's at college or something, get the absentee ballot and fill that sucker out and have them check Kerry, because my son...
does anybody need, I don't think anybody needs a reminder after the last presidential election how important really
the absentee ballots are.
They're making noise that Virginia could be... as close as Florida.
A battleground state.
You know that? I hadn't heard that. I thought we were pundits say that the other day.
It was blue, then it was red, and now it's a battleground state.
And I'm as guilty as the next guy that I thought really that I always thought that my vote really wasn't all that important here in Virginia.
What they want us to believe.
I've always thought, my opinion on elections really.
I know.
That they're kind of worthless.
But even Florida kind of changed you a little bit.
So what I was finding myself doing was, even though my kid is lazy and we want him to be, his own, be motivated.
Right.
We actually, because it means so much to us, we got him registered and, made sure when he voted. Now, come on, let's make sure. Bush, Kerry. Bush or Kerry? Kerry. Good. All right. Good. That's one in the bank for Kerry.
Okay.
Now, having said that, Ellen Cheney's on TV tomorrow night against the other guy. Listen to this. There's been stuff about Bush and John McCain. Remember, there's always been these stories that McCain never really comes out and says George Bush is a great president. He gives him that half-assed endorsement.
Yeah, and he scolds him once in a while, too.
Yes, he does.
Message to John Kerry, or just discussing. Beware of this guy. Beware of Bush. And listen to this. You never hear this. I found this over the weekend. After McCain won the primary in New Hampshire 4 years ago, the people who work for the Bush team, and there are people whose names are here, so I'm not just saying I'm not saying so-and-so allegedly with the Bush team
did
we have
this. Names to back it up.
We have names: Richard Gooding, Neil Thigpen, Roberta Combs. These are people who worked for the Bush election team. Well, they got a little flipped out after McCain won New Hampshire. So they had a meeting where they decided that they would have to do something. And the Bush people made phone calls and sent out leaflets in South Carolina. They decided that South Carolina was going to be the state that they were going to target, which I guess was the next one of the next states in the primary. Anyway, they made phone calls and sent out letters and leaflets and handed out stuff saying that John McCain had fathered a black child in South Carolina, and that Cindy, his wife, was a drug addict and also a drug dealer.
Oh, my God.
So just remember this. This is maybe why...
What nice people.
It's maybe why you never hear from McCain just that all-out endorsement of Bush.
Yeah,
and this is something you're not going to hear on TV or read generally.
It's a little personal.
But just watch out, Kerry. I mean, and tomorrow I think we're going to have this the broad on who the one that was before Teresa Hines, Kerry, the one that who's written the sex book about what it was like to have sex with John Kerry.
Right. Okay.
We're going to have her on tomorrow.
Okay. Very good.
So maybe we'll be able to find out if he's got anything in his closet. But boy, that's some nasty stuff, man. And all made up. And I guess at some point, McCain has to go to Bush and say, dude, how can I support you when 4 years ago, when it looked like I might kick your ass, you send your people down to South Carolina to say, I mean, that's like something out of the movie Primary Colors, right?
I think really what it is in politics nowadays, it's all about power and it's all about access. And I think John McCain is, in the event that Bush does win, it will be one of the most powerful senators, if he's not already, but he will have unprecedented access to the president.
And now here's some quotes. Shortly before the primary election in South Carolina, a guy at USC, University of South Carolina, got a phone call from a man who said he was working on the Bush campaign. This is, the guy's name, it's Richard Gooding. The man says, I understand you're from McCain. I said, yes. He said, did you know his wife's a drug addict? Do you know that he's got a black girl pregnant down here?
My God.
And also, and this was the Christian Coalition, their lead official said when they asked him about this 4 years ago, we make a lot of things happen behind the scenes and under the radar for George Bush. It really doesn't matter who gets the credit. The main thing is that Bush wins.
Yep.
But and then here's the quote.
Even if we have to bear false witness.
But hold on, here's the last line. But We sure had fun during that primary.
Yeah. Well, things never change, do they?
No,
I mean,
wow.
It's just like dirty tricks when you go back to, the Nixon campaigns. It was, and it happens in Democratic campaigns also. You got guys out there that are hired, that are skilled guys that know how to do these things.
Last week after the debate, Karl Rove, the president's chief political advisor, told a reporter that we have a lot more surprises planned for John Kerry between now and Election Day.
and he's the guy. Yeah. Isn't he the guy that looks like if you were, casting one of those movies with the evil Dr. Mengele kind of guy?
Yes.
You see him, he's got the wire rim glasses and the ball that says, "Yes, we have ways of making you talk."
And then you got Kerry.
Oh, hi there.
How you doing, Herman? So anyway, do your own research on that.
Wow.
Mike, you're not as bad as Billy Joel. I was telling you about your girlfriend with the young one.
Right.
Listen to these stats. Billy Joel got married over the weekend. Billy Joel's 55.
Right. Or I'm not as good as Billy Joel.
The girl that he married is 20. The girl that he married is 23.
Right.
Now, it's not funny enough that the girl that he married is named Kathy Lee. But that's her name.
Her name is Kathy Lee?
Her name is Kathy Lee. Now, we're going to do some math here. Now, I don't know how old your girlfriend is, and you're not even going to be entered into this. However...
Oh, I just was, and she's 24.
Okay. And you are 40...
I'm 33.
You are. Come on. Come on, you're both 40,
I am 45.
45. Okay. At the wedding... Oh, and the really crappy celebrity guests at this Billy Joel wedding. Paul Reiser, Don Henley, Mick Jones, a foreigner, and Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
So
he lives in the neighborhood.
One of Billy Joel's ex-wives, Christy Brinkley, was there. His daughter, who is 18 now, was the maid of honor. Check out this, though. Kathy Lee. They call her Katie, but it's Kathy Lee. She is only 5 years older than Billy Joel's daughter.
Right.
So, as they were doing the ceremony, the stepmom is only 5 years older. On top of that, Billy Joel is 6 years older than his father-in-law. But wait. The father-in-law, who is 6 years younger than Billy Joel...
Right. Well, how old is Billy Joel?
Billy Joel is 55.
55.
The father-in-law is 50. He's dating a 25-year-old.
The father-in-law is?
Father-in-law is. Wow. So there you go. I got all of that just for you, Mike.
Thank you. And I salute all of them.
Just for you.
Age is just a number.
That's right.
I am running out of time. We do have news about John McEnroe.
I understand as a nod to the bride, they had a moon bounce at the reception.
Bada bing.
Now listen to this. At one point, I think I had mentioned the John McEnroe show on CNBC gets a 0.0, Mr. Blutarski.
I have never seen that show.
Well, I do actually have all of the ratings for last week, and John McEnroe got above a 0.0.
All right.
He got a 0.01 share. Now, did you know of all of the shows that are on cable TV, there are 834 shows.
Okay.
John McEnroe's show last week came in 833rd. So, I'm thinking, what show could he possibly be?
Yeah.
What show could he be able to say, yes, but I'm not the worst? I don't make this crap up. I swear to God. Last week, show 834, the only show beaten by John McEnroe, a show that was on the Food Network, a 30-minute special, How to Boil Water. Not a joke, not a groaner, not a dumb DJ gag. Wow. A real show.
How to boil water.
Yes.
Yeah, that's because people would see that, oh, I don't want to do that. I know how to do that.
Okay, now I'm totally running out of time.
Totally beautiful.
For a feel-good.
All right.
I'll tell you this. Okay. I got two feel-goods. I think the order should be cruelty, then death. But I'll leave it to you, Mike. Do you want death first or cruelty first?
I want death first and then cruelty second.
Okay, well, you got it.
All right.
Then, with death, this is from Mexico. There's a guy who got a $20 whore in Mexico City. This happened on Friday night. He got a $20 whore. The man had consumed booze and coke, told police. The problem is this, that they go to the hotel, he gives her the $20, and then he's not, because he's had a bunch of illegal drugs, he is unable to perform.
All right.
She makes a comment to him saying, can't you get things moving? He then stabbed her 70 times.
Oh, my God.
Told you involved death, but it's a feel-good.
Well, yeah, and he will, of course, be going to that feel-good Mexican prison.
And then you have this one from Tokyo. Now, this one doesn't involve death. This is just cruel.
Okay.
There's a woman that works and is an assistant nurse in a hospital. And there's a woman who is not doing well in the hospital.
Right.
And she's laying there and she's got the machines hooked up to her. And Saturday night, because the nurse was bored and she had a woman that was laying there, now she can't speak. She's hooked up to the machines.
Right.
She can't speak. She removed 8 fingernails from the fingers of the 76-year-old woman.
Oh, my God.
The woman who had the nails removed is so serious, they're going to take 3 weeks to heal. What the woman did was she just ripped off the nails. And then she started on the feet. She started on the toenails when an orderly finally came in.
Oh, my God.
And the patient was fully conscious, but she couldn't resist because...
she's like in a coma or something?
No, this is why it's a feel-good. Because she was sick and she wasn't feeling well, she also is mentally handicapped.
Oh, my God.
That's why that's the feel-good.
Oh, my God.
That's why I'm here, folks.
Wow.
That's why I'm here. Call me 7-Eleven. I'm always open.
Yeah.
Call me UPS. I deliver.
Yes, you do.
Do you want it?
Yeah.
Do you want it? Do you want death or do you want cruelty?
And they both got caught.
Yeah, all right. You have to mention that for your conscience. Sorry. I love the feel-goods. I love the feel-goods. And I love the look you get on your face when we have a real good feel-good like that. Like the prostitute getting shot, you could live with that one. Oh, I'm sorry, stab. You could live with that one. But the thought of the old woman having her fingernails and toenails pried off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, hi there.
Hi. That's a part of the show I like, though. I still stole it from George Bush. It's called Shock and Awe.
Yeah.
Or was it Awe and Shock? All I know this is, and I quote George Bush again, doing this show, it's hard work.
Hard work.
It takes hard work. It takes a lot of people getting up early in the morning to work hard on the Don and Mike show, because it's hard work.
It is.
It's hard work. What?
I was just trying to give you a better look.
I'm
shaking my head. Look at Donnie.
The disapproval.
Donnie.
Disapproval.
Well, I never really give you total disapproval. You know?
No, you don't.
Only time I'll do that is if I catch you taking somebody's fingernails off.
When we come back, the dude from Fear Factor, and not that idiot Nimrod host.
Not Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, thank you, Rob. It's the guy who, you know how Mark Burnett is the brains of the Survivor? Right. This guy's name is Matt Kunitz, and he is the producer of Fear Factor.
Right? Now, I would imagine that guy has... that show's got to be one of the longer-running reality programs out there.
I'm going to tell him a great idea I just came up with. Did you get someone in a hospital bed?
Yeah, who can't speak?
Someone who's handicapped,
or who's attached to machines.
So, first off, starting off, the person is mentally handicapped and they're sick in the hospital.
Welcome to Pull the Nail,
Mike. Can I tell you something? I smell the sulfur.
There you go.
That's it.
Now I'll get a writer's credit, and won't I be proud?
Pull the nail. Be right back with this guy.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
It's a good song, Mike.
It is. Thank you.
Well, fall's here. That means carting your kids everywhere and feeling like you got to be in half a dozen places at once. Well, with your mama.
Yes, well, you can't, but you can stay in touch with OnStar Personal Calling.
OnStar Personal Calling is a hands-free phone that's built into your OnStar-equipped vehicle.
Voice-activated dialing and hands-free operation keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel as you're taking your mama to the airport.
For instance, you can program people's names into this thing. Like I have on the OnStar in my car. I say Frida, and it dials her cell. And over the weekend, I said, most wonderful wife of the world, who would not keep her hands off me during the most sacred time of football. And it still dials her cell.
Yeah, it comes back to this OnStar dialing now. Everyone deserves OnStar except Dennis Murphy.
Packages start at under $15, and you're not bound by a separate contract.
If you have OnStar, press the blue button to order minutes. If you don't have OnStar, check out OnStar.com or swing by any GM dealership for a demo.
Oh, that would be to order minutes. Or would it be Linux?
Minutes. Okay, Mike.
The Don and Mike Show.
Yes, we are.
WKKI.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Oh, I hate reality shows.
A year ago, you said they were the greatest thing that ever happened to us.
I've grown, you haven't.
The Don and Mike Show.
We're going to dance. We're going to dance.
Oh, hi there.
Hello.
Oh, my God. It's Don and Mike.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
All right, before we get the Fear Factor producer, Matt, here, a quick update for the stations in NFL cities.
Yes.
Real quick. I love doing this in 30 seconds. I'll give you an instant thumbnail analysis.
And you know these scores, you know the winners right off the top of your head.
I just tell you what's wrong with your team. Buffalo? Everything.
They lose yesterday?
Yeah, they were my upset pick. Patriots, now I'm going to go by markets because we're on in Buffalo. Patriots were on all over Vermont and Maine. So I think there's a lot of Patriots fans up that way.
I bet there are, yeah.
Anyway, they kick ass. Best team in the NFL. Baltimore, where we're on Live 105. Ravens tonight, that'll be a win against Kansas City. WJFK, Redskins radio. PU. Sucks to be a Redskins fan.
Any chance of salvaging the season?
No.
All right.
In Green Bay on WNFL with the Packers. I'm not going to give up on that team. I will not give up.
Good for you.
But 1-3 sucks. If you're listening to us in Pittsburgh on WURP, good for you. The Steelers look good. That rookie, that kid Ben, he looks good.
You think the Giants are for real, Don?
No, I don't, Mike, but they sure could beat the crap out of the Redskins. San Francisco, KYC way. Listen, here's the deal. 49ers, you're not the worst team because you're not Miami. Tampa Bay, WBZZ, I'm afraid I predicted that.
Yeah.
They're bad. They're 0-4. They got no offense.
It's amazing.
Let me see. KIKK, Houston, Texans. Wow, nice victory yesterday. Houston looks like a real team. And then the Cowboys, we're on in Dallas, but they had a bye week. So that's that. And
very good.
Oh, the guy from Fear Factor. Here we go. Fear Factor. Yeah. Who doesn't love Fear Factor?
Right.
As you get the plug-in, it's on tonight at 7 Central on NBC. Matt Kunitz is the executive producer, and here he is now. Matt.
Yes, good afternoon, guys.
Hey, Matt, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
We're big fans of the show. The concept is great. I know you get asked questions all the time, and pardon me and us, we ask the same questions you get a lot. But we'd like to find out, have you topped yourself? Is there nothing else that you can do on Fear Factor that would not be grosser than the stuff you've done already? I mean, what's next? How do you top yourself?
Well, that's the challenge for us. You know, we need to constantly top ourselves and to make it bigger and badder and more gross. And you know, I actually stepped out of a gross meeting that we just had right now to come in here and do this call. So
when you say a gross meeting, I assume we're the element of Fear Factor that involves eating things, right?
Yeah. Well, we have the gross department which does all the gross stunts, and that can be eating or being with animals or you know, having to transfer something mouth to mouth, anything that would be considered to be gross. And then there's the big stunt department. And those are like our big Hollywood stunts, like flipping a car over a moving train.
Yeah, now let's talk about that, and let's talk about the crazy bungee jumping and the jumping off of buildings. What type of release do you get from these people? Because, you know,
I'm fascinated by that.
God forbid nobody's died, but it looks to me, and maybe it's because it's so slickly produced, but it looks to me like there are some times on Fear Factor where the people could die.
I would assume you have a team of lawyers behind you to...
I always say I have a whole floor of lawyers with nothing better to do, but, you know, the release is 65 pages long.
Wow. Oh, my God.
That's right. And because we have 50,000 people apply each year, we don't make any changes to the release. If someone calls and says, yeah, I really want to do the show, but can you take out sections 6, 7, and 9? It's like, well, no thanks. We'll find someone else.
Well, then I'll cut right through the 65 pages and ask you a very pointed legal question, because I'm always fascinated with this. In the event that someone was to buy the farm, I've heard, you know, no matter what releases are signed, there can be some liability there if somebody really does die during one of these stunts. I would imagine 65 pages is about as ironclad as you can get it.
It's pretty ironclad. Look, I'm not a lawyer, but like you just said, I've heard you can't really sign your life away, that there's no such release as that. But because of that, you know, safety is the number one concern on our show. And we spend months and months planning these stunts. So the stunts that we're talking about today, we won't even shoot for probably...
Have you ever had any close calls that people might not be aware of on the air?
We have such a tremendous safety record, we haven't even had a broken bone on our...
He's not going to tell us that.
I believe him. But you would know it. I mean, it's not like we would just edit out the person that broke their leg and not show them.
Now, there's a question, because I know on Survivor that they had a problem with someone who had a physical problem. Remember the guy they had to airlift out of the...
Yeah, right, that fell in the fire, right. Mm-hmm.
So if you ever had that, would you? If you had, for instance, a bungee jump, let's say the person's not killed, but let's say that they broke both their legs and mangled it up, would you show it?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I would guess the network wouldn't want us showing it.
And boy, I hope you're not put in that position, and that's certainly not why I watch Fear Factor, but I'd like to think that, that there's a chance you can get that on.
Well, what are we all watching our TVs for? Right?
How much, here's another question with the editing of the show, especially during the eating challenges. How much vomiting is cut out? How much vomiting will NBC allow you, and how much would you have in? Would you have more vomiting if you could?
No, I wouldn't actually. I don't think we've ever edited out vomiting. If someone's going to vomit, they'll walk off camera or walk off into the distance. We oftentimes will edit out the actual sound because I personally just think it's disgusting and don't want to hear it.
I see, but
if somebody vomits, that's great. I mean, that shows that we came up with some stunt that was so horrific that they couldn't stomach it.
Well, I would imagine
we'll show them walk off, and maybe you'll see them walk off, and we'll cut to Joe going, "Oh my God, they couldn't take it." We're not going to put a camera in their face and see. Unlike some shows, MTV will show it constantly. You watch Road Rules, you see people puking right on camera.
But I would imagine that
I'm sad to say I like that.
With the eating stunts, you probably have people well after the fact. When the time frame is over, that probably.
They don't tend to wait too long. They used to go, "Can I vomit, Joe? Can I vomit?" They all think that there's this. There used to be this 1 minute vomit rule, which said that you had to wait a minute before vomiting to make sure that they actually got it down, but. We got rid of that rule, so now they're saying, "Joe, can I vomit? Can I vomit?"
Let me, since we're on the subject, everybody's fascinated with it. Let me ask you: when you've been sitting in the, as you call them, the gross meetings, what is one that have you ever turned them down, even though they'd probably be safe, but you said no, we just can't do that? And are there some that you've turned down? And what's the best one you've ever accepted?
Yeah, we turn down stunts all the time. One of the stunts that we've always wanted to do, but we just can't do safely. Now, I can make it a safe stunt, but the concern is that someone at home might try to replicate it. We've always wanted to set a contestant on fire. We had this great stunt where it would be a nighttime pier. They'd be up on a pier at night. We'd set them on fire. They'd have to run down to the end of the pier. And if they got too hot, they could jump left or jump right.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Well, it would look great. It would be awesome. But the fear is that some dumb 12-year-old at home will think he can put on a bunch of clothing, go out to the swimming pool and have his friends set him on fire, and if he gets too hot, he'll just jump in the pool.
Yeah, but Matt, really, I mean, isn't the devil's advocate argument on that some kid could watch a guy eating 100 bugs on your show and go out and find a bug and have a reaction to it? And then
what? We always feel that if some kid's going to go eat a bug in their backyard, God bless them, and that people have been eating bugs long before Fear Factor.
Well, I would urge you to have people.
For most of our stunts, you need helicopters and jet skis, cranes and tanks, and kids just don't have that.
What is your all-time favorite?
I love setting someone on fire, though. That's
I know,
beautiful.
It's really cool. We just can't. It's something that I just think would take the show in a great direction, but we really are careful about.
Hold on, Mike. Before you get in there, I want to ask you.
I was just going to ask him what his favorite eating stunt was. Please
be serious though about this, because the show has been a surprise hit on NBC. It was one of when everybody wanted reality shows. This is one that came and stuck, and everybody likes it. And your ratings are still fantastic.
Right.
If the ratings started to slip, would you consider maybe trying to set somebody on fire?
No.
Would you consider?
Look, we're not going to change our safety standards based on ratings. And another. Let's just say we get another season out of it. That if we were to hurt somebody, whether it was on our show or a viewer, it's not worth it, because ultimately, I have to live with that as a human, not just as a producer, but as a human being. I have to live with that for the rest of my life.
You've got a pretty good track record as far as the length of time, as far as a reality show. You're up there with some of the all-time success stories, right? You guys have been on a long time.
We're going to air our 100th episode on November 8th.
Wow. Let's give a round of applause for that.
Hey, but before we give this guy the crown and make him the genius of all time, let's also point out that Matt is the man that brought us the George Foreman sitcom.
Okay, wait. I was a production assistant on that show, so I was like a peon. So you can't give me credit for that.
Why do you think... and listen, hold on. Where'd you come up with the idea for the Family Fear Factor stuff?
Well, interestingly enough, people would be surprised by this. depending on what week you look, we are the number 2 or number 3 highest-rated family show in all of television. And so it became kind of obvious that we should do a Family Fear Factor because there's so many families watching. And if people go, oh, my God, I can't believe kids are watching this show. But really, there's no violence. There's no sex. There's minimal language. So there's not too many shows out there that kids are actually going to enjoy as much as the parents are going to enjoy, and that as a parent, you don't have to be worried about your kid watching it.
You don't exactly hand out the Good Sportsmanship Award on that show, though, do you?
Well, I mean, but that, you know, you could definitely use that as a learning tool. If I was a parent, you'd say, look, that person's not behaving very well, but you know, that person is.
I remember watching it, and then really when I watch Fear Factor, based on the lack of sportsmanship, I think it allows you to pick out the person you like the least. It's kind of a negative energy, but it really works, doesn't it?
And one of the things that we do with our casting is that, you know, unlike a show like Survivor where they're going to be on the show for 18 to 20 weeks, you know, on this show, they're on for one episode. So you need people that you're going to immediately either love or hate, and we really try to go out for those really big, bold personalities. I think when you're saying that there's people with bad sportsmanship, that's intentional.
But you don't tweak it up, do you? I mean, because it really does seem like you've got certain people that root for the other person to fail, and then other people that really don't do that as much. Isn't that right?
Well, we look for a diverse cast. So we look for diverse in their energy and their attitude and their, and just in their personality.
I can appreciate the fact that you like coming up with something new. I mean, ideally, I used to think that up to like 10 years ago with this show, until I realized we could just come do the same crap every day and people would listen to it.
Right.
But let me ask you, though, about, I love when you have twins. I love when it's all girls in bikinis.
Oh, boy, you do get the ladies on
and you're
going to
like tonight's show, because tonight is all female.
Oh, hello.
And now that's where, and I know football's not on your network, but it would be a perfect lead-in, because I'll go between the NFL shows, if it's an all-female Fear Factor.
Right.
Yeah. I'll stay there from 8 till 9.
Well, here's the great news. Football doesn't start on the East Coast until 9 o'clock.
Correct.
Right after Fear Factor.
Right. I will get back to the thing I was going to ask you about before, because of the eating segments. As much as I like the big Hollywood stunts, and especially when they involve, going underwater, I mean, I think they're fascinating, but I always, as much as I'm turned off by it, I can't tear myself away. The eating stunts, what in your opinion would be the all-time grossest eating stunt that you've had on Fear Factor?
Well, at risk of offending the FCC, I'll be gentle here. Okay. We had them eat animal genitalia of the male side.
Hey,
and it was there was different sizes that they might have to eat depending on this game that they played.
Wow.
That was pretty horrific, and that will be one thing that the network will never let us do again, and probably is never repeating again.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, outstanding.
Boy, I asked the question, I got an answer.
This guy's name is Matt Kunitz, and he's the brains behind this. Now, are you happy with this? Do you have another one in development? Do you have...
You always have shows in development. I'm thrilled with the success of Fear Factor, but eventually, it'll probably die out, and it'll be time to do another. I don't feel that I need to have 6 shows going right now. I mean, this is a really big show. We do 39 hours of this each season, whereas like the average sitcom is maybe 22 hours. It takes a tremendous amount of time. So for me, doing this show is I'm happy with just one show right now. But obviously, if you're a smart producer, you'll have something on the back burner and you're ready to go with the next one. So.
Do you think when it finally runs out, knock on wood, God forbid,
2011.
But when it finally runs out, do you think that you could just do the audience a favor and just throw that host off a cliff?
What is the vibe on him? I obviously get a lot of feedback on your host, and how does it run? Does it run about 50-50?
Yeah, I don't hear. You know what? To be honest, I'm surprised. Like I hear all these women going, "Oh, your host is hot." I'm like, really? But and listen, because I come from a casting background where obviously we put gorgeous women and great-looking guys on the show. I know what a hot guy is. I mean, I can tell what a good six-pack looks like, and it's what we do all day long.
I know this guy you have is like retarded Joey, and I mean Joey from Friends, who already is kind of retarded. He's like if Joey had a little worse hairline. But anyway,
well, let me tell you why I think Joe's great, though.
Okay,
Joe is not your average host. He's more of like your everyday guy. So I would actually think you guys, would kind of relate to that. If he doesn't like a contestant on the show, he tells them. He's right in their face.
That's true.
That's good.
He'll let them know. He doesn't pretend to be like Mr. Nice Guy. You'll never see Alex Trebek arguing with a contestant. See Joe fighting with our contestants. We've had to separate Joe and the contestants. We've literally had to pull them apart.
And wouldn't it be great, really? Now I'm just thinking out loud if the Jeopardy champion ate intestines to celebrate the double Jeopardy victory.
I tell you, that Ken Jennings guy would never last.
No.
All right, listen, Matt, thank you for your time. Been a pleasure talking to you. We'd like to talk to you again. The show tonight, Fear Factor, that's 8, 7 Central on NBC.
One of the all-time reality show smash hits, and you're to be commended on that.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, see you later.
All right, bye.
Bye, dude. All right, there he goes. There's a guy that's the host of the show.
I missed that one, the eating thing, where it was the grossest. I didn't catch that one. You won't see it.
Ain't bad.
Yeah, they probably won't run it as a rerun now.
I told him the truth. On Monday night, I'll go between the Rich Eisen show on the NFL channel. I'll go to Michael Irvin on ESPN.
Right.
And then I'll go to Fear Factor before football.
There probably been bugs that have been grosser, but the one that bothered me the most, this was bugs, maggoty cheese.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Man, and
they couldn't handle it either. No.
As a show that we used to kind of deal in that trade.
Yes. Right.
I'd really like to see those releases.
Yeah.
Because when we had people want to just drink like a gallon of milk in less than an hour,
right?
Infinity would come up with a 10-page thing that really didn't even totally cover our ass.
Not one little bit.
All right, listen. Thank you to that guy. Now let's talk to you. Phone scan. Yeah. 877-365-3636 from America, Canada, Mexico. 800-636-1067. We got plenty of time. Your calls. These are unscreened calls. Anybody can call on the rotating random phone scan, which is next.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Next.
I miss you.
Yeah, you should. You never come see me.
I've been busy.
Everybody's busy. And don't lie to me. I know your father forbids your coming down here.
He doesn't. Honest. He just doesn't want us to talk about you in the house.
That kind of talk. Don't let me ever catch you talking that way.
The Don and Mike Show.
Hello?
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Hello.
Oh, hi there.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, Jerry.
Zero tolerance for stupidity.
Right.
The Don and Mike Show.
Hold on, phone scan here, but first, the hotline. Hello.
Sugar Bear.
Darling.
I have a question to ask you.
Yes.
Someone told me that you were saying earlier that I was clingy yesterday. Did you say clingy? Because I thought I was being the perfect wife yesterday.
I believe if you go back to the transcript of the show 2 hours ago,
Yes.
that I said that yesterday was wonderful, that you were the perfect wife.
Oh, all right, good. All right.
And that you were, maybe I mentioned a little clingy.
Yeah, well, see, I didn't know that, and I thought I was being so nice to you because I know you had a very busy week. You work exceptionally hard.
Blah, blah.
I don't think. I mean, I realize how hard you work, but I don't even think people who work with you know how hard you work. And so on Sunday,
darling, yes, and that's why on Sunday it's imperative that we find our together time another time except on Sundays.
Well, here I thought you actually, silly me, I thought you liked having me in there with you and watching the game with you.
You know what? We got people for phone calls now.
Yeah.
Let's chat tomorrow.
Here I thought I was being good because
you're just looking at me.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything right now.
What did I say? See, this is the problem when you're not able to listen to the show. This is the problem when
you're telling me. I'm not going on that now. I'm going just on what you're saying right now, which I should have picked another time to show you how much I appreciate that you work. You work, I know you only at work 4 hours a day, but you work all day at home. I mean, you're always...
I know. Did you say that people that he works with don't know how much he works?
I don't think anybody knows how much you work. I really
don't.
We know.
Darling, this is
have I not given you the love? Have I not told you how much I appreciate you?
This is a Frida issue. This is part of the reason. This is part of the reason I think she's so clingy. Is that she comes back, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing something for the show. I'm doing something for the show. And yesterday, here's why you were clingy about the football. it wasn't so much the emotional clinginess or the physical clinginess. It was the questions that you were asking me. Like, remember when you would ask me, you said you liked the big, gigantic arrow on the screen that says 3rd and 5 to show you which way the team is going.
Yeah.
We're sitting there watching the game. Baby, like you don't know that the Redskins were moving left? You know that. We've been watching the game.
There's too many little numbers, and they change too fast. And you have to look at the bar up at the top to see who's got the ball, and then they do that kind of highlighty thing when somebody does something bad or good, then their team lights up. And there's nothing to watch. And then, aside from the football, I made you dinner. That was like revolutionary.
Did I not mention the fact that you made dinner? I mentioned how delicious it was. I mentioned how wonderful you were, and I even mentioned that you prayed for those stupid dead chickens.
I felt sorry for them.
Sure.
I know. I souls were happy in the great beyond, the chicken heaven.
How ridiculous is that? You're in Safeway, for God's sakes, praying for these chickens.
Oh, I didn't drop to my knees in Safeway. It was just a little silent thing to myself. It wasn't me leading the chorus in Safeway.
Do you pray after you put the chicken breasts in the cart on your way to the register? I mean,
as I was putting them in the cart, and you couldn't even see my lips move. I did not make a scene. I just feel bad for the chickens. They lead horrible, miserable lives. I would like to buy my chickens from a place where they led happy lives and then had a quick, painless demise, and then I wouldn't feel bad about eating them.
You are just funny. All right.
Anyway,
the thing is normally with you cooking, we always pray after we eat. But last night you pulled it together with a really great meal. You really did.
Well, thank you. I just enjoyed being with you. We were both reveling in the fact that Bart had gone back to college and we were alone again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Is she at the waterfront?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like...
Are you on your hands free again?
It's the law.
Yes, you're in the law. Because she's in the district. All right. Darling, listen, let's discuss this tomorrow. Can you call tomorrow? I'd love to talk about this chicken thing with you.
All right. Good.
Maybe I really would.
I love you. I appreciate you.
I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Like I said, thank you for watching football with me. Just not so many retarded questions.
I love you. I appreciate you, Frida.
Well, thanks, Mike. And I know you work hard, too.
Well, not really.
Not really.
Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? I was telling someone just the other day. I know I'm extremely talented, but come on. The work ethic, please.
Goodbye, darling.
All right, goodbye.
Bye, baby. Goodbye.
Very blessed, as I'm often want to say.
There she goes.
The chickens are praying for you.
Somebody's a spy.
Yeah.
Somebody was spying on you.
I don't dig that.
No,
I don't dig that. Somebody said that the whole reason I said that is because I knew she was at work today.
Yes.
That's the whole reason.
You know what the problem is, and I found this out? This show. Like, it's beamed out to like 6 million people are actually listening.
We're looking into it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I know. It starts with B.
Ends with Frida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
B-I-G Frida, probably. My biggest, most money fan.
Wonderful.
Yes. Listen to the show every day. God bless her.
All right.
You find out the name of her loving. Phone scan at 877-365-3636.
Oh, hi there.
Here we go to your live telephone call. These are on screen. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hi there.
How you guys doing?
We're doing very well, thanks.
Good. I had a question for Mike or Don, whoever wants to answer it first.
Oh, it's a contest. Who wants to answer first?
Ready? All right, let's get into a defensive crouch.
All right.
Okay.
I got dibs on answering first.
Don called it, so he's got to answer you first.
No,
unless he doesn't want...
in.
What?
You have to ring in.
All right, like with an A?
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go,
Okay.
What will you do, Mike?
Well, we were supposed to ring in, right?
Well, my sound will be,
Mine will be...
See, I have the advantage.
Yeah, you do, actually.
Because it could take you longer to go,
All right, are we ready?
Ha.
Okay.
We're ready. Ready? Start the question.
Okay.
Wait.
You gave my ring. I win. I get to answer first.
I did the same thing. I'm such a monkey. I did the same thing. I'm such a freaking monkey. All I was doing was parroting. I know. You went, no!
We both knew what we were going to do. Yes.
Well, you're both on the right track. It is about animals, so.
All right, go. What is it?
Okay. Mike, do you really look like a raccoon?
Yes.
I have raccoons. I thought you was asking me.
But we could still buzz in.
I have raccoon eyes.
Well, the other day I was listening to that, and I guess you guys were talking about it, and Don was trying to apologize, and then you guys went into this whole thing about, I don't know whose accent it was, but somebody's accent. You guys were talking and talking, and I was just rolling, laughing.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed the part where Don called me a raccoon, sir. Thank you.
But at least you're not going through trash cans anymore.
and, you know, let me just say conversely, perhaps if you mentioned an accident, perhaps it was one of the many segments we've run where I've mentioned that 2 years ago I was hit by an automobile, which you would see it right there.
I know.
Get the immediate reaction.
You know, speaking of raccoons.
You love that.
I've seen an amazing amount of dead raccoons on the road. Is anybody with me on that one at all?
Haven't seen that.
Rob's been out seeking them out.
Hello, Don and Mike. I tell you what, they are tasty. They are tasty.
Yeah, but you pray for them.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don and Mike, how you doing?
Hey, we're doing great, thank you.
I got a question for you.
Yeah?
What do you guys have against the host of Fear Factor?
Pardon me?
What do you have against the host of Fear Factor?
I just think he's a tool when I watch the show.
I think he's a total, like, you know, just a real greasy kind of...
Isn't that what makes the show great, though, that he just throws it back in their face?
Hey,
yeah, how about that
for $40? You know, to an extent, like I said to that guy, yeah, but the thing is that guy, Joe Rogan is his name.
Oh, I didn't know if I could say his name on the air or not, because you weren't saying his name.
We actually did say his name.
And also because I didn't want to offend the producer to tell him that, you know, although I worked it into the end, the host sucks. I got the feeling that guy, Joe Rogan, if he was just like 3 or 4 percentage points smarter, he would think he's Jeff Probst. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's got that cockiness that, you know, I am the host of a reality show.
I think when he was doing the Man Show, he would, you know, he'd talk about how he hated his job on Fear Factor. It was just paying the bills.
I think
yeah, right. That's true. Keep believing that.
What I don't like about him is I think he forces the attitude. And I hate phony. I hate phony, especially on reality shows.
And you know what, Mike? Exactly. And what this guy just said, what this lemming believes, you know, the guy really doesn't like his gig on Fear Factor. He's only doing it for the money. Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, come on.
You know, guys like that should get off their ass and go join the Peace Corps.
He just seems to push it too much, and it doesn't seem sincere. You know, I think that show would be... There'd be more fear involved if he was a little bit more normal. If he would react to, like, how gross the stuff is. But I think he's too into being a Mr. Macho guy, and I'm not going to show you that I'm really freaked out. If you were, I'm just using this as an example, if we were hosting that show, and they brought out the cheese with maggots, don't you think it would add more to the stunt if you looked and you went, oh my God!
Yeah. Jesus, this is awful.
Instead, he's like, now, you have to eat the maggots, see? You know, and then he likes to pride himself on the fact that he can eat cockroaches, too. He's done it before, and he's really into that.
And you know what else? He's a member of the Buzz Tight Shirt Club.
Oh, yes, he is.
God, does he love his tight shirts.
You both would love him if we could just have him back on news radio.
I forgot he was even on that show. A big loser he is. Hello, Don and Mike Show. Yeah, that's right. Hey, hi, I'm Joe. I'm the host of Fear Factor. It's really beneath me. I really hate doing it, but the money's great. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Come on.
Right. Hello, please, come on. You know what I say to that?
Yeah, I see fish.
Right, Granny. Granny. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
The mountain, it's exploding!
Is the volcano erupting?
Are you calling from Washington?
Buzz, we got any update on that?
No. Spewing more ash and steam today, that's all.
Although on the Fox News channel, they did love...
Well, they blew it. The meteorologists or the geological survey guys are just like meteorologists, and they blew it.
They had the big headlines, you know, ready to blow any moment from now. I'll tell you what I did find riveting again today. Is it Spaceship One? Is that these dudes?
Yes.
They're going to win.
Guys are going up for the $10 million?
They're going to win the $10 million because twice in a week they took like a homemade rocket. I mean, I know I'm simplifying it.
All right. It's like, funny when you call it that, though.
And what was the rockets you had? Was it Estes? E-S-T-E-S when you were a kid?
Right.
They would have bottle, not bottle rockets, but rocket
you're talking about
kits.
The kind of thing that you would put together, kind of a balsa wood thing?
Yes.
Balsa wood rockets?
They sold them at hobby stores.
They still do.
Anyway, these guys are doing this obviously on a much higher level, but it's cool to see this like homemade rocket ship that gets lifted up into the altitude by a couple of planes and then gets let go. And I'm sure you've seen
They fire the rocket, and the guy had some cojones because he got up there. It went into a roll. They told him to shut down the engine.
Oh, that was the last week.
And the last week, and he kept it going, even though he might have bought the farm with that.
So today it was a second different pilot.
It happened today?
No, today the guy went up. There was no rolling like in the first time, but they went up, came back down, landed perfect.
Oh, really? And he did get to the right height and all that.
And what they're saying is these guys now, and I think Paul Allen, the Microsoft, were you almost?
What?
Almost? Were you yawning?
No, it's definitely a cough.
Oh,
it's got a little hair in my throat.
The guy Paul Allen.
Hey.
the guy Paul Allen, the billionaire guy.
Right.
He's one of the guys that's involved with this, and I saw his reaction was the $10 million means nothing. What we want is, and it's almost like a Jetsons thing. He said people don't realize that the implications this is going to have on space travel, that we're going to, this is an untapped market of billions of dollars. We are going to put hotels in space.
Right.
We are going to put shopping malls in space. You will fly to space to see a movie. Now that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Even if it ain't going to happen today.
But it's about time, It's about time the future started getting here.
Mm-hmm. Right. So bright, you got to wear shades.
I know you would be first in line.
I'd go in a heartbeat.
If you had a shot to go up there.
I would go in a heartbeat. That'd be the coolest.
That would be.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, buddies.
Hi there.
How you doing?
We're doing great.
Hey, I got an idea for you to keep your wife from watching football with you.
Yeah. Now, come on, entertain his idea because we
should listen.
Because, if you're going to give me the OJ advice, I want to tell you that's not going to work.
Here's what I do. I just turn to a station that I know my wife can't stand, like a science channel. Give her about 5 minutes, she's up and gone, and I'm all by myself.
Yeah, listen, see, the thing is, my wife would embrace that. She would love the channel. Oh, Discovery Network.
Sure.
Oh, this is good. No, wrong. Hello.
Yeah, and you were very nice to that guy.
Yes.
You didn't congratulate him on having a dumber wife than yours.
Hello. On my show.
I put on that science channel. She gets right out of there. She can't understand it.
Hello, Don Mike Show. Hello, you're on the air phone scan.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I was going to ask Rob.
Hi out there.
Oh, hi there.
Hi there.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. So you're going to ask Rob what?
Did he have anything to deal with naming that station in Texas?
To do with, you mean?
Yeah.
Which one? Naming what station?
K-I-K-K? Kike?
Oh, dear me.
I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
No, that seems entertaining.
And I'm sure that's not how they are referencing the station in Houston.
Okay.
All right, you'd be kicked. Yeah.
Hello, Don Mike Show.
Ignore the 3 Ks.
Right. Would you give me like a...
Yeah, in the 3 Ks, KKK.
Mm-hmm.
Rob.
Yes.
Coming up on 5 o'clock, you're listening to the Big Kike.
Oh, dear.
In Houston. I don't think so.
No.
I think it used to be country. I think it was
country. It was.
Chicken country or something like that.
Yeah, it was a country station. They haven't gotten around to changing the call letters.
K-I-K-K.
With a K?
Hello. Don Mike Show. Maybe they did spell country with a K.
That's funny.
Well, didn't they have one here, too, in Washington?
There was a Kicks country.
Kicks country.
There was always a
Wasn't this Kicks country?
No, CXR was 105.9.
CXR, that's right.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Phone scan. Hello.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Yes, we are. Hi there.
Hi. I was thinking of watching the vice presidential debate tomorrow night, and I have a question for you. What do you think is worse, the lump on John Edwards' lip or the milk dud on Aaron Neville's eyebrow?
I got to go with that John Edwards thing, and for a long time, well, because I'm used to seeing the Aaron Neville growth.
Right.
The thing with John Edwards is that's a thing that looks like he should have taken a pin to it about a month ago.
I
realize it's
that.
permanent now.
Well, I think it is permanent. I was watching CNN's People. It's a feature they have. Even though it's hosted by Paul Azan, I still watched it. And they profiled both vice presidential nominees. Actually, the vice president and John Edwards. And the one thing I noticed, it seemed to me that early in the day, he actually didn't have that thing on his lip. that it's arrived. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but there were lots of pictures of him, or maybe he did because there was one shot of him when he was like in law school. He had a mustache. But the other thing about Vice President Cheney that I did not know, and you got to tip your hat to the Republican guys that keep this out of the limelight, is that he's had a couple of DUIs.
I'll drink to that. I didn't know that about Mr. Cheney.
You didn't know that?
I knew about Mr. Bush. But
I'll drink to that. And Don, you were saying how long ago did it happen? I said, way back when, because he's an old guy, and you said back in those days you had to really. You had to do some driving to get one of those.
If you're in the 50s or the 60s and you get a DUI, man, you got to be like plastered to the limit, and you got to say something awful to the cop. You got to insult the cop back in the day to get busted on this.
It was amazing. The thing about John Edwards, though, I thought, like, right after they got him out of law school and they showed him as like a young lawyer, I thought maybe it was just smaller, but it looked like it was not as pronounced. But now it just drives me nuts.
Depends on the angle they photograph him from, but it's like a colorless mole, basically.
Yeah. Don and Mike show. Hello.
Don and Mike!
Yeah?
Please help me!
Why?
Don't have to shove his fingers in me!
Oh, it's Rob's finger guy.
Yeah.
For goodness sakes. Hello, Don and Mike show. Call Rob at home with that, please.
Didn't need to disguise his voice.
Mike.
Please call me at home.
Now he's trying to cover it up.
How have you been? Hello, Don and Mike.
Hello.
Hey, phone scan. Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing? Yeah.
Is Buzz getting a percentage off all the increased sales with greenferry.com?
GreenFairy.com. Hey, Buzz Norm McDonald wants to know if you're making any money out of
I got a hearty thank you for that, yes.
You're freaking fired.
How about that, Buzz? Yeah, you're making that...
Norm McDonald makes me think of what's that movie?
The movie he was in?
Dirty Work?
Dirty Work.
Ah, yeah.
We got a call from the Green Ferry gentleman. Would you like him to come visit again?
Oh, the absinthe guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
November?
Absinthe makes the arch go.
It's fall, Rob.
All right, November it'll be.
How about a good election party? Yes. How about a good election day show?
Oh, my God.
Imagine that.
I don't know when he's in from wherever he lives in.
Czechoslovakia.
That's it.
Prague.
Yeah. Prague.
Prague.
Hello.
He'll be happy.
Don and Mike show. You are on the air.
I reckon that massage won't happen to Tom for months and months and months.
Oh, get out of here singing Senator. I get jokes. Hello. Don and Mike show. Phone scan.
Hi, this is the crazy girl with the polyester joke that nobody liked.
Who is this?
Remember the
Is that a nickname, Rob?
They call it
Nickname.
Yep. Nickname.
I got to go with the guys on this call, Buzz.
Okay.
She identified herself how?
It's a crazy girl.
From polyesters that no one likes.
No, yeah, who had the polyester joke that no one liked.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that was a good call.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Sorry.
Hello. Hello, please don't listen to the radio. Hello, you're on the air, darling.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi there.
Yes, go ahead, young lady.
Oh, hi there.
Sorry. Hey, do you know that Joe Rogan guy? He actually used to host the Ultimate Fighting Championships.
Ultimate Fighting, he hosted that too?
That's another cheery gig, and I'm sure he tells his money fans that was beneath him too.
Man, he is a carp, isn't he?
I know. He's a tool. I know.
What a carp. Yeah, come on, give me a scraps.
Mike show. Hello. I'm
starting to like being a DJ besides that guy.
Hello, Don and Mike show. Yeah, suddenly you feel pretty good about yourself.
I'm bleeding. Oh, Rob.
Oh, no,
okay.
That was a finger copycat guy. Hello, Don and Mike. Phone scan.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good to hear. So what's going on with the website? Do you guys...
hey, listen, dude, do you listen to the whole show?
I haven't. I'm sorry.
Okay, whose fault is that then? We had...
Hey, come on.
No.
Now, hold on.
Hey.
You're going to call... Your tone was kind of like, hey, what are you up to? Now, don't you think we can reverse it on you when Don's already discussed the website in great detail?
Fair. Okay. I hope you guys are capitalizing on that. Huge.
What?
I hope you guys capitalize on that. Huge. You got to take advantage.
We are going to tell me what meteorological event is about to hit your mom.
I think a prize is in order.
No, I think a hurricane.
A hurricane. That's the new one. The hurricane.
A tornado.
But what did you want? Seriously, we'll give you the last one.
Or a tornado.
Either one.
What did you want to know about the website?
I just...
Yeah. My ass. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Don and Mike. Did you hear Dale Jr. say the S word in Victory Lane there yesterday?
No, but I read about it, and NASCAR has fined him a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And now, here's what Dale Jr. said. That it was something like, but golly, I only said it because I was happy. I guess somebody else in yesterday's NASCAR race cussed as well, someone who was mad. Right. I did not hear it. Can you tell us, just using the initials, what did Dale Jr. say yesterday?
Yeah, they were asking him something like, your car was dominating today. He was like, yes, man, that car was something fast, something like that. And then the host of the show came on and said, we apologize for the enthusiastic language that Dale Jr. used.
Well, wait a minute, where's the S word in there?
Oh, he said...
He said, someone said, your car was dominating today, and Dale Jr. said, yes, man, that was fast.
Yeah, okay, all right, thank you. Right. All right.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I seen him on 60 Minutes 2 weeks ago.
You seen him?
I seen him. And boy, oh boy, nobody ever told Dale Jr.
Right.
anything about cleaning up to go on TV.
No, a little greasy.
Now he's sitting there with Mike Wallace, and he has on a T-shirt. I guess what endears him to people. He's got on a T-shirt. I got no problem with that. He's got on a dirty hat.
Right.
I've got no problem with that. But as the interview goes on, I was looking. I wish I would have remembered to bring this up last week when the interview had aired. He had dirt under his fingernails.
Really?
Now, I realized that he had probably just come from the track to do the interview.
Probably working on it. Right?
But when he was talking about the wreck and where his car caught on fire.
If he was going on 60 Minutes, he could have at least stopped at Elizabeth Arden.
He said he was talking about how he didn't realize how he got out of the car, and he thought that his dead dad had pulled him out of the car.
Wow.
And he said, and I was talking to my PR guy, and he's like all these sports guys, talking with his hands, and I'm just looking at the incredible brown and black lines that I see underneath each of his fingernails.
Aren't those guys handled, though?
That's what I'm wondering.
Do you think maybe it was by design?
No.
Hey, put some grease under your fingernails?
It could not be by design, because he really didn't look like he had washed at all.
When you first saw the dirty fingernails, did you think you were watching Andy Rooney?
No, I thought I was watching Scott the Dwarf.
Andy Rooney, who really... he pops into that office. That's when he's on TV.
That's the best he looks.
Right. Can you imagine what his office smells like?
Oh, I bet you if you worked on those long talons, you would get like a 5-pound bag of potty.
At about 60 Minutes, I didn't see it because all the games were on yesterday.
I saw the billboard and I didn't watch it.
Did they do the Parcells thing?
It was, they did it at the end, right?
Was that any good?
I didn't watch it.
He looks like the lady that Cynthia Nixon's dating.
Did they address his orange, yellow hair?
I thought that might have been a repeat last night. The Parcells. That was a new profile.
It was a new one. I think so.
All right.
Hello. Maybe not. I don't know. Hi, Don and Mike. Hello.
Don and Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, is Rob A there?
Yeah.
Hey, why did you make that stupid Dark Horse commercial?
Rob, would you like to answer? I think Rob's very proud.
I think it starts with M and ends with Y.
I was going to call him a whore.
Yeah, well, you'd be right about that. He's the biggest whore.
What can you do, right?
Yeah, but can you say it like Rob says it?
Whore.
No, the product.
Oh, Dark Horse.
See,
but
I'm not making any money either.
But even though you screwed it up, Rob's annoying, and I'll give you that. It's one goddamn annoying commercial, but it does draw attention to whoever the product is. Some car you're whoring?
Yes, I can't recall.
There you go. They've gotten one.
Yes,
maybe two.
No prize for you though.
Oh, why not?
Just cause.
Archive.
Just cause. Because why not? Hey, Don and Mike show. Hello.
What?
Yeah. Hey, you're the last person on this phone scan.
I'm already a winner.
Yeah, you are. You are. What can we do for ye?
Hey, I was going to call to combine your powers of gambling and football and find out who's going to cover tonight's big game.
Listen, if you got any money, you put it on your Baltimore Ravens. At home, forget it.
No, and that nasty Ray and that evil defense.
Yes, my friend. Listen, what's your name and where are you from?
Jason from D.C.
Jason, you have got a movie.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden,
I wanted to see this.
Man found a way to bring good news to his people. He made it up.
I never saw it. The movie Envy on DVD from DreamWorks. This is the movie with Jack Black and Ben Stiller.
Okay.
Where Jack Black has the idea for the idea.
The Super Scooper.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to see that.
That was like in for half an hour.
Right, and it looked very funny, but it was not in the theaters long enough. And obviously it sucks so bad, we're giving it away now as a DVD. So enjoy it, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.
All right, hold on a second. Buzz, yes, we played your intro. It's time for the news and comments. And what is your lead story tonight?
Today, did Al-Qaeda find a way to poison our troops?
Okay. All right, we'll stay with that.
Stay tuned for news and comments. Coming up on the Don and Mike Show.
That was very
professional. This is the Don and Mike Show.
What's the word from Planet Crapper?
The Don and Mike Show.
Johnny L. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let the guy that shot him out of jail.
I mean, ridiculous.
That's a good idea.
Now, in their 20th season, it's the Don and Mike Show.
Time for Buzz's news and comments now. Buzz brought to you by Smoke Break.
This is good. Smoke.
Smokers break the nasty habit without gaining weight. Smoke Break, the revolutionary tablet for smokers. Get it now at fine retailers. Here is Buzz Girdley. Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. Well, the government's investigating whether Al-Qaeda tried to infiltrate a company that makes ready-to-eat meals for our soldiers. Information from a high-ranking terrorist agent led the feds to a dozen illegal aliens working at the company's factory in Texas. What are the odds? They got these jobs through a job placement firm where employees have been charged with falsifying documents. The Warnick Company of McAllen, Texas, has a $67 million contract with the Defense Department, making it the biggest provider of ready-to-eat combat rations.
How big is that contract?
$67 million.
What state are they based in?
Yeah,
Texas.
Okay, so this is not outsourcing. This is not going outside the United States.
No,
but
keeping it in Texas.
Keeping it in Texas.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's enough to drive today's modern soldier to drink, if only they had a beer. The feds have tried to shut down beerforsoldiers.com. It was a website that asked patriotic Americans to send beer money for the troops overseas.
Sure.
The feds say they know the soldier who started it meant well, but that it's also illegal under military law.
Oh, come on.
Quoting Tom Petty, Sergeant Dale Rogers, Company C, just outside Fallujah, writes, "I won't back down." He says he'll turn the website over to his brother, a civilian who's not subject to military law.
There you go. Good move.
For now, though, sadly, the website's new slogan is the site where you cannot buy us a beer.
And you know about and that's not even what you're talking about, Buzz. It made me think, and if I've said this before, tell me, and I promise I'll shut up. I don't dig that a lot of the people being killed in Iraq and being beheaded and stuff are people who are going over there for jobs. I guess I have said this before. I can't imagine you'd be so desperate for a job in America that you'd go to Iraq. I mean, we got to stop sending people there.
Oh, absolutely.
We got to stop.
You're talking about guys that are going over there that are getting, that are really in a dead end job and they throw the money at them. And
it's a lot of money.
There are people that will go over there.
No pun intended with the dead end thing, but I mean, Jesus Christ. And I understand people are in desperate times, but that's a death sentence.
You're asking to be a hostage.
It's like,
I'd love to be, to get inside one of the companies that solicits people to go over there and see what the pitch is. Because I'm sure the pitch involves security and their safety and stuff. I'm sure that I'm sure they get asked those questions because there are a lot of Americans working over there.
Your chance of beheading is only 1 in 100.
But I think you got to tip your hat to the journalists that are over there too, because I mean, they're in the line of fire too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Homeland Security.
Let me just say, also, attention WJFK weekenders.
Yes.
This is a chance for you
to
make the big bucks.
We would encourage them.
In that case, we would encourage them.
Danger level about the same. All right. Homeland Insecurity, we have a string of stories today. First, not long ago we reported that the man chosen to be the new head of the CIA had once described himself as unqualified. Well, today we find out the man chosen to be the number 3 man at the CIA was forced to resign once from that agency after being caught shoplifting. I mean, how good a spy can you be if you get caught shoplifting?
Now, will they call him number 3 the way that Austin Powers, Dr. Evil called Robert Wagner number 2?
Number 3. We're aware of the fact that you've been caught shoplifting. We will bring you back into the agency if your sticky fingers can go undetected.
This report surfaces just as Michael Kostiou was scheduled to be sworn in today for that position. The Washington Post says he quit the CIA over 20 years ago. During his downtime, he made do with a job as a lobbyist for Chevron Texaco.
Oh, God!
And what this means is
they're all still here.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder then could be the head of the CIA.
Yeah, because of her shoplifting.
Sure. A lot better.
Merry Christmas!
Yes, Dolph.
Now, the man in charge of protecting our computers from terrorists has resigned.
Rob has the memory.
I forgot that Rex Reed was also busted for shoplifting.
Rob has the memory.
Oh, Rex Reed.
I've forgotten about that.
Hi, this is Rex Reed.
The guy in charge of protecting our computers from terrorists has resigned in disgust, giving just 1 day's notice. After 1 year with the Homeland Security Department, Cybersecurity Chief Amit Yoran is said to be frustrated over the lack of attention the department's giving to protecting those computers. He couldn't have been more qualified, coming to us from the Symantec Corporation, which produces the Norton antivirus and other protection programs.
Oh, incidentally,
his last day was Friday.
So my subscription has expired.
Yes.
And on Norton antivirus.
Right.
And I just keep clicking, remind me again in 15 days.
Yeah. Okay.
So come on. Go ahead, invade my computer.
Yeah, go for it.
What the hell?
I use the other one, the second tier one, Cramden antivirus.
Because I know that you know.
Right.
Okay. Rich Eisen, this is why he's our guy on Fridays, and he's on the NFL Network with his Total Access show. I'm watching the show over the weekend, and and they have a clip of Belichick, the coach of the Ravens.
The cold coach of the Billick or Belichick?
Brian Billick.
Brian Billick.
Of the Ravens.
Okay.
And he's talking about playing against the coach he's played against before. He says, you know, it's like the Abbott and Costello thing. He says, I know that he knows that I'm going to do this, so if I do this, then I know that he... And they come back to Rich Eisen, and he says, without a beat, he says, that's funny, I don't remember it like that. I remember it from an Eddie Murphy movie called Raw, where it was, hey, Fred, I wanna... And then he moved right along to the next highlight.
That's good.
And
that is pretty hip.
That's why Rich Eisen's pretty funny.
Yeah, because Rich Eisen is, that's pretty tightly controlled network, and he knows he can probably sneak that by everybody.
Who doesn't remember Eddie Murphy in that red suit?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Fred!
Norton.
I know that you...
Right.
Yeah,
you know that I know that you know that I want...
Yeah.
Homeland... go?
Oh, yeah, hold on a second.
Right.
I don't know why I even said the name Fred. It's not... Fred wasn't the Honeymooners. It was...
You know what?
Ralph.
He did the same thing with Fred and
Ricky Ricardo.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. It was Fred and Rick.
Say Fred at one point.
Here's a guy who claimed this could be a goof call. It's screened by somebody back there. It says, Dan, he recruits for workers for Iraq.
Ah.
Okay.
Dan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So are you on the level, or are you a crank caller?
No, I'm on a level.
Your level. Now, you get a lot of questions, obviously, about security. What do you say to people that are going to, that you want to hire over there?
Actually, you don't get a lot because people pretty much take it for granted. It's hit or miss, but the bottom line is they're going for the money.
Right.
Hey, but dude, I mean, on some level, that's bad karma for you sending people, isn't it? I mean, God, it's oogie. I mean, to think that someone would be so down on the luck that they would take a job in Iraq.
I don't think it's people that are down on their luck.
But they're not down on their luck. They may be making $50,000 in the States.
Right.
They can go over there and make $150,000.
That's it, and that's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
People do that, and they want to go over there. It's like it's like a guy that goes out on an oil rig off the off the coast, and they know that they're going to make the real big bucks because they're away for so long. It's anybody that goes to an overseas position.
I understand.
I remember my brother-in-law was working for an investment banking firm here in the States, and had an opportunity to go live for 2 years, I think it was, over in Japan because he was doing a lot of work over there. And, overseas work has always been the big bucks, and if you're going to a danger area like the Middle East.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference, though. You go to Japan to work. Oh, I can dig that. You're talking about going to Iraq where the chances are you're not coming back.
Well, I'll tell you, he uses a guy that's making like $50,000 prior to all the stuff going on. If you were going to an average Middle East country, you'd probably go over there and make maybe $80,000, maybe if you're lucky $100,000, but they triple it because now it's Iraq. Isn't that right?
Plus the chances you are coming back are actually good. And plus it's $10,000 extra if you stay the whole 12 months.
I guess it's
you survive. If you live, you get an extra $10,000.
I guess it's just those crazy beheadings that I can't get out of my mind. I mean, your chances of living are pretty good. Just forget the guys who have had their heads cut off.
Right, exactly.
The guys that were over there.
40, what are we talking about here?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. You figure a total of $160,000. Most of the people that go back over did 4 years in the military getting paid nothing. Now they go over there for $160,000.
Right.
Dude,
That's interesting. You hire a lot of people from the military?
Oh, a lot of guys from the military. They care less about the beheadings.
Dude, I've been rich and I've been poor. I want to tell you something. I'd rather be alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be alive. I'd rather be dirt poor like I was when I was bankrupt.
And you also mentioned, it's one thing to get killed. It's another way to go that way. The way those...
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, okay.
Homeland Insecurity Part 3.
All right.
In Hamilton County, Ohio, around Cincinnati, the sheriff issued a terror warning last Thursday. He emailed thousands of schools, businesses, and shopping malls based on what he called new information about a possible attack in the Midwest before the election.
Mm-hmm.
The feds have no idea what the man is talking about. They say there is no new information. The Feds say they're the ones who were supposed to send out the terror alerts, not Sheriff Simon Lace.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, hi there. There he is, the sheriff.
That is John Kerry.
Co-signed his letter with the mayor, quoting one of his lieutenants, "We want to be ahead of the curve." Or as Barney Fife would say, you got to nip it in the bud.
You got to nip it, Andy.
New information.
The latest threat to our security, however, may be crazed nuns armed with hammers in Denver.
Oh, now listen, Buzz.
How can I? Shouldn't I get a pass on this?
No, you don't get a pass on
well,
that.
Well, they use hammers, damn it.
You know, now you're just being flagrant.
Yeah, well, you got to tell them to turn it off.
Yeah, so please turn it off.
I think you got to live with this, and I think our listeners got to live with
May
this.
as well, because I'm going to say it again. In Denver, 3 nuns have been convicted of sabotage as a pacifist protest.
I want everybody to know this is Buzz's fault. He loves saying the word he can't say.
Oh, God.
I've turned his microphone off now. He can't even speak.
Oh, dear.
You're enjoying the sounds of MC You-Know-Who.
Right.
Because Buzz said you-know-what.
That's our word alarm. Word to your mama.
You can control himself now. Do you think you can get through this without using the H word?
I will try. I didn't know that I wasn't to use the word.
Click, click, click,
I knew there was an alarm risk.
Right there, it's off.
All right. I'll be more careful.
Okay.
So, 3 nuns convicted of sabotage as a pacifist protest, pounding away at a nuclear missile silo in the area. They also marked the silo with a cross made from their own blood. They used tools. They used tools to do what's been described as minor damage to the missile silo. Their lawyer says they shouldn't have been convicted of sabotage because they did absolutely nothing to impair our national defense. Outside a courtroom, a group of supporters held a banner, something about swords and plowshares. All 3 nuns will spend a couple of years in prison for their efforts.
Really? A couple of years?
Yeah, 2 years for one of them and 2.5 years for the other.
Now, technically, you said it a couple of times, though.
You know what that means, though?
Well, they didn't.
Hot nun prison love.
Rob, you're always thinking of the screenplay.
How many times did you say it? Don't look at your script.
I only said the word once.
Really?
Yes. Now, it was in the script a second time, but I avoided it by using the word tools.
Tools, right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a different script. He said it like a million
The first time is when he said nuns armed with hammers.
Mike! Oh, what have I done?
My hero.
Yeah, funny. That's funny. Now let's turn Mike's mic off as well.
I just want to...
There you go. So I have Buzz's mic off and I have Mike's mic off. And Mike, you can bounce your head up and down all you like. I'll tell our listeners right now going nuts, this is all Mike's fault. This is all Buzz's fault. Listening to this guy with his parachute pants. You're trying to say something, but you can't because the microphone's not on. Okay, now... There you go. Everybody, please behave yourselves. All microphones are back in the on position.
I merely chuckled. After falling 8 points behind...
Mike, don't do it.
I'm not saying it again.
Don't do it.
After falling 8 points behind in the polls, John Kerry has again pulled even with George Bush. Kerry's recent...
Oh, hi there.
There's John Kerry.
Hi, John. Kerry's recent debate performance gets the credit in the latest CNN Gallup poll. With the election less than a month away, Kerry's raced ahead of the president on economic views, voters favoring Kerry by 7%, but Bush still leads on terrorism by 17% and on Iraq by 7%. The president also still leads the leadership rating, with only 37% seeing Kerry as a decisive leader. But the survey also shows Kerry leading Bush on the question of which candidate cares more about people. 49%, 44%. In the intelligence rating, Kerry 48, Bush 38.
Here's Kerry.
Oh, hi there. How do you do?
Hi, Mr. Kerry.
I'm your new neighbor, so very nice of you to call.
Senator Kerry. With his dog.
His dragon.
Down, Spot, down.
Oh, it's a dragon.
Spot. Down, boy.
Yes.
Scott.
John Kerry.
Spotty gets so excited when we have company.
Oh,
Won't
hi.
you come in?
Yes, thank you.
Ah, fine.
Fine.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Well, you're John Kerry.
I mean, haven't you ever seen a person with green skin before? Or did I bolt my head on crooked this morning?
There it is.
There you go. John Kerry.
There's still a lot of attention being paid to the latest CBS Boner, the phony memo story over the weekend. Brokaw.
Watch it, Shock Jock.
Both Brokaw and Jennings came to Dan Rather's defense. The fair and balanced Fox News, meanwhile, is apologizing for a little joke it made about John Kerry. The Fox News website featured a story from one of its campaign reporters that looked legit, but it was full of made-up quotes from Kerry. Quotes like, "I'm a metrosexual, he's a cowboy. Didn't my cuticles look great? What a good debate." Apparently, it was a joke that was never meant to be posted on the website. Fox News says the reporter has been reprimanded for his lapse in judgment in calling it, quote, a poor attempt at humor. The reporter's been instructed to go back to his job making a poor attempt at journalism.
And I saw the picture of the anchor guys. Poor Rather, who up there looks like a mental patient.
Yeah, really, looks like he's been rode hard and put up with
the bags under his eyes, and you got the other two dopes that are sitting up there. They're all on big high stools, high chairs. They're all up there, and they're wearing shirt sleeves to show that they're regular guys,
right.
and easy for them to, and as Brokaw to mumble, and Peter Jennings in his pretentious way, we're with you, Dan. And meanwhile, if you want to know what Dan Rather's response was, I know it's an awful movie, but go and analyze that.
Right.
And at the very beginning, when De Niro is pretending that he's crazy, that's exactly what Dan Rather's response is. He's got these two guys, both of them trying to be very eloquent and be as concise as they possibly can, saying, we're with you. And Dan Rather's in the middle.
Just babbling.
Looking at both of them, drool coming off his chin. Not a good moment for Dan Rather.
One flew over the anchor's nest.
Not a good moment for Dan Rather. Meanwhile, somebody from Canada, what was I reading somewhere? This is why it's dangerous for me to read.
Right.
Nobody in America cares about the hockey guys going on strike.
Right.
But in Canada, and a shout out to everybody in Toronto listening, it's a big deal. And the president of Canada went on TV with the equivalent of the Dan Rather of Canada to have like a town hall meeting because Canadians are pissed that there's not going to be any hockey.
Oh, it's like if they lost their football. The crisis.
Yeah, right. It's a huge crisis for them. And anyway, they were saying that this guy who went on TV, he's the Canadian Peter Jennings. And I said, well, hold on, wait a minute.
Peter Jennings is Canadian!
Yeah! There you go, Mike. Right. That's why you can't trust the best.
Always remember the Canadians.
The president irritates a couple of allies. That's our story when we come back.
We will be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Gosh, I hate to interrupt. It's all been so incredibly fascinating and entertaining and instructive. Really, the time has just flown by.
The Don and Mike Show.
Is it the Don and Mike Show? You bet.
Here we go with a station break. Houston, KIKK. How about in Austin, Texas, where they finally figured it out? We're on late night, but at least it's the same day on 104.3 The Coyote. 104.3 The Coyote. Yeah. Right, that'll work. Salt Lake City, KALL. And in Portland, Maine, 97 WZAN. Here is Buzz Girdley. Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. Well, sometimes you make allies with people you don't like so that together you can get more done. The president says we have good allies, pointing to England and don't forget Poland. But a couple of other allies are mightily steamed at the president. We'll start with France. Recently, the president said in a campaign speech that...
Bonjour! Bonjour! Bonsoir!
The president said that John Kerry would, and I quote, let countries like France decide where to use American force. The French have taken offense to the president using them as a bad example. Today, Condoleezza Rice is saying the president meant no offense. A member of the royal family of one of our other allies, meanwhile...
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole. I don't appreciate the French as a people. I find them annoying.
As long as I've been living, the French have been f***ing us.
And these two boys were in France a couple of years ago.
This is actual sound that Rob and I taped when we took our families to France. That's real. As we were walking out on the streets of France with the tape recorder, asking French people if they wanted to thank the United States for saving their ass, and also what was it like to bend over when Hitler came into France?
Absolutely. And you ask a French policeman what the penalty would be for me with weed, as I recall.
Oh, that's right, we did, yeah, right. Oh, Buzz Burbank, the marijuana.
Yes, cannabis?
Oh, cannabis, that was
Cannabis. Cannabis is good, cannabis.
Now, on to another ally. A member of the royal family of one of our other countries, our other friend countries, says that he'd like to see Mr. Bush's brain. Prince Hassan bin Talal says his country's also getting a bad rap from America's president. He said Mr. Bush behaves as if he owns Jordan. Quoting the prince, We need respect, Mr. President, a meeting of minds, and if you actually have one, I'd like to see it, end quote.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing we get from George that I have never known. Those almonds are fantastic.
Aren't they good?
And they're in nice little pastel colors, and they're so yummy.
That's why they're our friends.
Low carb.
Consider yourself updated. The National Enquirer says sooner or later, O.J. Simpson's going to prison for tax evasion. The increasingly credible tabloid quotes Simpson's sports agent, Mike Gilbert, is saying he has proof O.J.'s guilty of massive tax evasion.
First Al Capone, and now O.J.
Now O.J.
That'd be great.
Yeah, Al Capone didn't go up the river for the St. Valentine's Day massacre, but they got him for tax evasion.
Right.
O.J. didn't do it, didn't get it for his wife, but now he's going to go away.
Someone call Sean Connery and Kevin Costner and have them do a remake of The Untouchables.
That's the Chicago way. He puts one of yours in the hospital, you put one of his in the morgue. That's the Chicago way. You're going away for all day.
The report says massive tax evasion is good for up to 5 years in the slammer. The sports agent, says O.J. failed to report the $1 million he made from memorabilia and interviews and hid $1 million in property that was supposed to compensate the families of murder victims Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson.
That is massive.
Gilbert says O.J. also confessed to him that he did, in fact, kill his wife.
Massive?
And
They have a massive tax.
hang on to something, guys. A new study says women who don't wear bras have the lowest rate of breast cancer. The study also says that firm but gentle massage in that area can help a woman avoid the disease by increasing blood flow.
George Michael.
Sometimes we don't comment.
Man breasts.
You got me with that one. Hey, George, I'm George Michael.
The New York-based Natural Health and Longevity Resource Center studied 4,700 women. The highest rate of breast cancer was found in women who wear bras all day and all night.
All day.
The study says the restrictive nature of the garment is to blame. The researchers recommend women wear their bras for less than 12 hours a day.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them altogether.
Better still, Mike. Better still.
Right.
In sports, lingerie football is now a league sport. The company behind it says the league will feature 4 teams of models and aspiring actresses.
Are these the schmucks that we had on the show
same
a
one.
couple of years ago?
They tried it, I think, on New Year's, and it went well enough that they're doing it again.
Haven't we always wanted to be involved in a sports team?
Yeah.
Don't you think we should have our own team?
Sponsor a team? Sure.
Don't you, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hey, come on.
I don't think this is the venture for me.
Over 300 women have reportedly turned out so far. The girls are told they have to be, and I quote, well-spoken, intelligent, and athletic.
Batter up.
I tell you what I like, though. I like the story about the breasts.
Hi, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. This scene with the enlargement of the breast was fantastic.
Fantastic.
And finally, this is not a joke. This is real, a true story. Peacock is not that unusual a last name for a family in England.
Hey, listen, you're killing me with the dirty words. You had 2 of them in a row.
It's a bird. It's a colorful bird. It's the symbol of the National Broadcasting Company, the peacock.
A colorful bird.
You bet it is.
Yes, it is.
Watch it, Burbank.
I am. I'm going to be very careful here, and not once will you hear me talk about anything that will set off an alarm.
Very good.
In Bedford, England, because it's so common, a couple with that name named their son.
With what name?
With the name Peacock.
See, you just did it again.
That's their name.
It's a perfectly
dirty word.
Animal.
I am just
one of God's
trying to
most
look
beautiful
out
creatures.
for the license.
Peacock.
Did you just say it? That's
one of God's most beautiful creatures, and then I realized what I'd said.
It is not. It's a dumb logo for NBC.
In Bedford, England, a couple named their son, not realizing at the time that it now sounds like an off-color joke. Mr. and Mrs. Peacock named their son Drew. Quoting Mr. Peacock. You got it.
I like it. You don't get it?
No. I get droopy. I get
okay.
I get jokes.
Quoting Mr. Peacock.
Just didn't think it was funny as the rest of the room did.
People at work. Quoting Mr. Peacock. People at work are already saying, "Hey, there's Droopy's dad." I'm Buzz Burbank.
Oh no.
On the Don and Mike show.
Let's get me started.
Done and done.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, hi there.
We gotta go. Thank you for listening, everybody. Please stay tuned for Ron and Fez. That's a good show. They're coming up on WJFK and also on Live 105. Tampa Bay on 1010 The Buzz. Our thanks to the producer of Fear Factor.
Yeah, nice guy.
That's tonight at 8, 7 Central on NBC. What?
What? Something. Matt Cunit.
Whatever. Whatever. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Very good.
With a new episode. Good day to you, sir.
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 And you.
How'd you like to see some beauty?
Hey, don't forget to pick your teeth.
UT. That is an inside joke. I'll tell you later. But I bet they're beautiful. That's it.
Till we meet again, this is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike Show. WJFK.
The WJFK Dateline can change your life. Log on to WJFK.matchlink.com.
Baby.